this is to go even further beyond.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Further Beyond, the live stream that we talk about things other than toys with a little bit of toys in there because we're gonna go further beyond. we got a lot of special guests here today. Let's say what's up to the Chamba. Chamba, how you doing, bud?
Good man. It's fun to be here. So I'm looking forward to it. We get to talk about this.
Yes.
I know we've only chatted about this on IG, but yeah, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. The excitement level is like up here with Daima, and I felt like having a stream right at the last episode just keeps it fresh. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And Cheesy, what's up, man? From the
Hello.
ACBA. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
Incredible.
But yeah, and how about what's up, Rick Dom?
Hey, what's up? It's me from the podcast, ACBA podcast. What's up?
All right, so we have this group of of 4 people specifically handpicked. This is no, but like I felt like having all of us talking because I feel like when I listen to you guys on ACBA talking about Dragon Ball, and when I talk to Chamba about Dragon Ball, it just comes natural and it just feels like there's a huge passion for it. So I felt like let's have everybody get together and let's have this stream, you know?
Yeah, and it'll be nice to do that with Poncho for once and not have the I'm gonna watch it. Let's get to the next topic with Book, and we realize we've gone on for like 36 minutes. Like, oh shit.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, that's how I feel like sometimes when we're doing the stream, and like I feel bad because like Jay Shot's there and stuff, and he's just like he's just standing there like
we don't want to leave them out of it. It's like
you guys gonna talk about turtles or what?
So we talking turtles? We talking Super 7 turtles? What's up?
Oh man. So yeah, let's get started. First, let's say what's up to everybody. We got 80s baby Dario's in the chat.
Dario baby.
All right. Say what's up to E McNeil. Evening, folks. And Haunter Dreams, man. What's up, guys?
Wow, that's an OG name right there, Haunter Dreams.
Oh, what a guy.
That's an OG.
Pletho called us the Dragon Ballers. Okay.
Oh yeah. Pletho in the mix, dude. Incredible.
Chamba, king of the hats. I love that hat, Chamba. Tell us, you know what? Let's do this. Tell us about your fit, bro.
I got it custom because obviously it's not like they make this, which they could, because I'm sure most of us here would agree. It's like the fashion that Toriyama depicted in the manga and that was depicted in the anime. It's impeccable. I don't know why they don't I don't know why they don't just make merchandise based on what the characters are wearing.
Dude, I'm saying
because it doesn't make any sense.
We've talked about that before. Like that's where third party should go, dude. Like if we're talking about figures and stuff.
100%. 100%. Make things that Bandai, we're not sure if they're gonna tackle eventually, but let's not risk it. Bloody make it. Since you're bloody making all this stuff anyways.
Yeah, make the Krillin with that hat and his jacket. Make the Goku.
I want to get that that jacket custom made as well, but I'm like finding the right cut is actually really difficult for it.
Yeah, that stuff is really rough sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy that makes the Goku jacket for here. I'm talking about toys. I said we're not going to talk about this, whatever. But like, there's a guy that's making the Goku jacket, right? Like for the figures. You showed me?
I think so. Yeah.
Making it, yeah.
It was a custom for the meantime, but I don't know if they're gonna like mass produce it.
I'm with Haunter Dreams. I want the Badman Vegeta, dude. Badman
Vegeta, Goku and Piccolo from the driving test. Post-boy Piccolo. Yeah, Come on, man.
Anytime Krillin's rocking something else,
dude, that's a win.
There's too many.
Rick, what about you? What are you rocking over there?
You ever heard of the Dragon Ball Daima announcement panel exclusive T-shirt, New York Comic Con 2023 on October 12th?
Flexing,
given to me by a very good friend, the host of tonight's show, Lago Figz. Can you believe
Oh,
this?
look at
And
that.
on the back of the shirt, there's a gigantic Dragonball Daima Goku on it. It's amazing.
Jealous.
It's amazing.
That is from the first time they ever showed the preview, right? And at
Yeah.
New York Comic Con, it was crazy. Pancheezy, what are you wearing? I'm just, I know that it's not Dragon Ball related, but I just felt like I have to ask you because I'm asking everybody else.
It's just a Japanese Star Wars shirt.
Okay, it's
Well,
Japanese.
dude,
Okay,
that's what
it's
I'm talking
Japanese. It's Japanese.
It's in theme. It's in theme. It's in theme.
It isn't there. It isn't there.
And I'm not wearing anything Dragon Ball. I'm wearing just like regular shirt. And
How, dude? You're like the host
I don't
of
know,
this?
man.
Yeah, it's so weird. I thought that's what was gonna happen. I was like, all right,
I know.
I'll pull out the shirt, I'll pull out the hat. But
I thought the same.
It's
thing.
funny. I got Toy Fair tomorrow, and like for conventions, I know this is kind of weird, but like I usually wear like the same type of stuff because I feel like if someone sees me, they're gonna be like, oh, it's that guy, and he always looks like that, So like
so
I
you
wear
become
this
more recognizable, like a trade.
yeah. So I always wear like this jean jacket and a Vegeta shirt, and I have the jean jacket and the Vegeta shirt ready for tomorrow. So
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, you got to hide the muscles.
That's true.
yeah. Working out
pay extra for
24/7.
They
You
gotta
got
pay
no-
extra for that.
I got no time for my children and family. I work out all day. That's it. Like, forget them. We got Rick Jones. Rick Jones in the house.
That's a local legend.
He is a Dragon Ball. I'm a Dragon Ball. Wow. All right.
Incredible.
Incredible. All right, let's get started. Let me share my screen real quick.
Please do.
Hopefully I don't like lag or anything, but we'll see. I told everybody not to stream anything, go on the TV or anything. Literally told the whole house, don't use the internet.
I'm talking to my friends.
Internet blackout for the main.
Yeah. No internet use, please. All right, let's
Yeah.
see. Share screen.
Watch local cable, please.
Only your phones. That's it, Dan.
And use data.
Use data, no Wi-Fi, please. All right, here we go. All right, can you guys see that?
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's get started. I know it's kind of like a somber thing, but tomorrow marks today in Chamba days, right? Chamba?
Yeah.
Chamba days.
Marks
future.
from the future. The 1 year anniversary of the death of Akira Toriyama. May he rest in peace. He gave us this amazing show as well as many other things. And I wanted to start with asking you guys, where did your love for Dragon Ball begin? Like, take us to the beginning, the journey, how you got to where you're at with your love for Dragon Ball. Start with Pancho.
Oh my god, on the spot.
On the
Yeah.
spot.
He was not prepared.
Make them sweat.
Yeah.
I used to watch bootleg sub VHSs from whatever the Filipino equivalent of the flea is.
Yeah.
My cousin would buy them and we would watch them, and these are like the really old subs that were just like littered with F-bombs.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
It was always "Kasa," and it always was like a F word. It's like,
Always.
That was great.
So I used to watch that when I was very, very young, and then I reconnected back with Dragon Ball when I was in like grade school, and then it was just like Dragon Ball was always ever present in my life for sure. And then like I guess when I was in like middle school or something, when I had like my own access to the internet, that's when like I started going on like forums and getting like super back into like getting into like AMVs and stuff. And then through there, like I connected with like more Dragon Ball fans online, and then like it really like exploded into like the deep like nature it is right now. Like of course, like I always loved Dragon Ball, but like it became more than that. It became more like looking at pictures of like saving pictures of like cells, like animation cells, and like a folder, and like obviously like it started with like just saving pictures of like Dragon Ball pictures on the internet. But like when I started going on forums, like we started exchanging pictures of like animation cells, and then finding like rips of like the movies and stuff like that. So it's just a very interesting way that like it just jettisoned as soon as I got access to the internet.
That's true.
Yeah, that will do it. The internet was crazy, and like not even, and also modems, like high speed internet, just changed everything.
Yeah.
I know with the AMVs. How many times did you hear "Crawling in My Skin" by Linkin Park?
With the rain Vegeta.
Yeah.
And then the fucking power up.
Yeah.
And we'd watch it and be like, yeah, that's so awesome. Oh my gosh. It's like it was meant for it.
Yeah. It's like they
Used
wrote
to-
for this.
Yeah. Bancho, you used to create them, right? AMVs?
Yeah, I
think
used to
I
make
heard-
AMVs.
Yeah.
That's how I started video editing, was AMVs.
Dang.
That's
dude.
crazy. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, man.
Yeah, that's
Of
real.
course.
Chamba, how about you? Where did the journey begin?
The journey began, I was in primary school, and I remember I had like family friends that would have VHS, like what Panchisi said as well, except they weren't subtitled. We'd have reams of paper that would be the actual. I used to watch anime this way. Like this is before, was it video rentals would even have anything of that kind. They would before it was even aired, because like we had like a channel here called SBS, which showed a lot of foreign movies and whatnot, and Japanese cartoons was considered foreign movies. But even pre that, VHS, where it was, because international it's NTSC, but in Australia we have to watch VHS through PALSICAM is the actual term.
Yeah.
But somebody would record it from NTSC to PAL, and then there's like the top and bottom, there would be like rough video recordings, and so all in Japanese, and I would be reading the paper just trying to follow.
That's crazy.
Because there would be
That's
time,
awesome.
there would be a time, and then there would be like, so if I missed it, I'd have to like, oh, okay, it says fight scene, then it's obviously
That's
this, right?
commitment, dude. It
Was, but that's I was interested
But it
because I'm
was.
like, I've never seen anything like this before. The one that I would watch a lot was was one of the Dragon Ball movies. It was BoJack Returns. That was one of the first ones that I'd watch like constantly. But in 7th grade, I used to get these cards, these Dragon Ball cards, because that's when it was like, I think it was started airing in Australia properly, and then like Dragon Ball Z, and I was like, nah, dude, you have to start from Dragon Ball. Like, what's that? I'm like, it's the one. He didn't start as Goku as an adult. They're like, what? There was a kid version. I'm like, yes, the whole journey starts from there. But in high school, in 7th grade, I used to just draw a lot. I still do, obviously. But I would be like copying the style, because I'm like, it's easy enough, but it's also difficult at the same time, if that makes sense. Like you think it's easy because it's simple, but because it's simple, to get it right is actually a lot harder.
Yes. The spacing in between.
Exactly.
Very, very
The
huge
eyes, the
difference.
nose, massive difference. Like whenever it goes, I can draw, like, there used to be students who were like, I could draw a Dragon Ball style. And you'd see them like, nah, that's not it. Like nose is off, the eyes are off. Like you've got the basic shape, but it's not that. But yeah, from there, it's just like, I've always loved Toriyama stuff. Like I went back to read like his earlier stuff. Like Dr. Slump is my favorite.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, with the internet, it's just, you realize, there's a lot more people that are into this, because like the world is so small without the internet. You only know your surroundings, like your people that are your age, technically, even, you know what I mean, that are into it. Even then, like they grew out of it quickly, and I was like, nah, this is with me forever. There's no way I'm going out of this. But yeah, the internet allowed me to connect to people that are into it, and because of that's like you get exposure to even more stuff, like a lot of the fan fiction, which to me was just like, that's awesome that it inspired you to make something. But I felt like, man, shouldn't you be inspired to create your own thing as opposed to just like, oh, here's a sequel to Dragon Ball. I'm like, it's all non-canon stuff, but it's all fun, you know. It's like, yeah, that's awesome that your creativity could take you this far. But I'm like, man, use that creativity to just make something else, even inspired by Dragon Ball. Do you know what I mean? Not necessarily like, oh, here's a fan fiction sequel, but like, let that inspire you into making something. Because it started off as Journey to the West, essentially, right? It's like a play on Journey to the West.
Yep.
But it became its own thing. So it's like, just, take that as a basis, then run with it. But yeah, Dragon Ball's been that. And yeah, because of the internet, it's like you get to connect with a lot of people that are into it too. And that's where I'm at with this. But like Dragon Ball Z, loved it. Super, loved it. Wasn't a big fan of GT. I felt like even, you know, knowing the source of it, where it's like, Toriyama's no involvement really. And it was the studio wanting to milk. And I'm like, that's not cool. I did watch it and it was decent. It felt like they were trying to do Dragon Ball with elements of Z in it, which, you know, awesome. Credit to you for trying. I felt Daima did obviously a better job of that because that's what, the whole, we'll get to Daima, but yeah. And 20 episodes, exactly. It was like, how did
64 episodes of 20 episodes?
Because Toriyama's doing it. This is what basically he would have done with it. So, okay. But yeah, love it. Still do. Yeah.
Dude,
I'll be a fan forever, basically.
Isn't it the best to like go back and reminisce about the times when like you didn't have much Dragon Ball things and at your disposal, and like the little bit that you would get would be so big for you. Like it'd be like
not even just Dragon Ball, like let's say anime.
Yeah, anime, anything.
You know, it's like so limited. Like these days, access to it, bloody streaming services have it. You can just go online, you'll find it. Back then, though, like, well, Panchisi was watching it, you know, fully subtitled, dubbed, and I had to bloody read the paper. So it's like, we had no access. So the fact that we got access to this now is just, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we got 15 people in the chat, which is more than I thought I would get this early, which is awesome. Thank you guys so much. Let's they're also sharing how they started. So before we get to Rick, I want to read some of these. Let's see. Pletho with, I always say that best thing about finding Super Battle Collection was the high quality character art in the on the box.
Dude, the box was so incredible.
I've mentioned this to all of you. Like, I need SHF to make like exclusives with Super Battle Collection boxes, like,
and the gold hair,
and the gold hair. Like,
who manufactured those?
Huh?
Was it Bandai that made those or no?
Bandai, yeah.
Then they could easily just do an homage themselves,
right?
Dude,
I know they re-released them later down the line, and they changed the boxes. They weren't the same. They added like these very like two-dimensional like weird borders. It looked okay, but like the original Super Battle Collection boxes.
Do you know if those were like the North American packaging, or was it like something that was the packaging in Japan also?
I think it was just a re-release because I just bought a couple months ago. I bought the Volume 00, which is the Goku that has all the Super Saiyan heads you could switch up. And I used to have the Super Battle Collection one with the original box, and the box was different. And then the one that I bought has the newer boxes, which are like later in the 90s. And even the paint on the figures, they added like this weird shading here and there. So I think it was just like a re-release with a little bit like new paint apps. Let's see. Hunter Dream said, damn it had to be Toonami for me. Toonami, he was huge. Oh man. E. McNeil, VHS tape trading in 87, 88 with local anime club. That is crazy.
That's awesome.
I didn't even know that existed till like recently, that the people would trade VHS tapes back in the day. Like,
that's how I got access to a lot of stuff through tape trading, because it was all like reproduced and stuff. But that again, like they'd hand me the tape, then it had me like a sheet of paper. It's like layers of paper. It's just okay. It's like, what's this? It's like, well, how are you gonna understand? I'm like, good point.
You got Dario saying, waking up early one morning and turning on the TV to WPIX channel 11. That's tri-state area here.
Oh my god!
And seeing this show and thinking, what the F is this? First episode was Goku fighting Raditz. Tuned in every day after that, 5 or 6 a.m. That is, I
That's
lived
great.
through that too, man. I used to watch. It was on Sundays, and I used to watch it before going to like church and stuff. I'd wake up mad early to watch this thing. 5
It's the only
a.m.
reason why you'd wake up early.
5 a.m. The only reason why I would wake up at 5 a.m.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
We got Brad Harper. What's up?
Yo,
What up, B Hopper?
There he is. What is he? The lacrosse? I was listening to you, Rick. That your dad was it Brad? That your
Yeah.
dad was like, this guy. What is
Yeah.
the guy hanging out with you guys for?
Yeah, when we all met up with, because my whole family was at Comic-Con. We all met up, like me, Brad, Vin, and like a bunch of us met up with my family because we were all just having lunch together or whatever. And my dad just immediately looks at Brad and goes, what is this guy doing with you guys? He's serious.
Yeah.
This guy taking your lunch money? Like, one of these things is not like the other. Like, you guys all look like nerds compared to this dude. It's funny.
So Brad says, there we go. Dragon Ball Z Kai and Nicktoons. He's a youngin. Dragon
Yeah,
Ball Z Kai.
He's one of the young
Wow.
gentlemen.
Young gentleman. That's what it is. Pletho. I was at my friend's birthday sleepover and we stayed up with his older brother watching Garlic Jr. Saga. Wow.
Nice.
The Garlic Jr. Saga.
Nice.
Brownie
That's
Jacob. What's up, man? There's a lot of names, familiar names out here.
Love
I lived
that.
on a
yeah.
base in Japan from 84 to 96, and I remember all the people at school talking about the latest episode of Dragon Ball Z. That's how my journey started. Wow.
That's it.
That's pretty
Dude.
cool.
That's awesome.
Wow, living in the
that's
time
next
of
level.
Dragon Ball. Yeah, that
Dude,
is that. You're in a
Isn't
hot
it
spot.
beautiful? Isn't it amazing? Like, you know, you got Toriyama's face like right there on the screen, and everybody just reminiscing about like what he did. And and like, you ever like watch or read interviews about him? He acts like it's nothing. He's just like, yeah. I mean,
Because to him it was like, yeah. I'm like,
I don't
that's
think he
insane,
knew
dude.
how big it
No,
was. You
he
know,
doesn't know.
he didn't know or he didn't care. He's just like, yeah, you know, I just
Or it just didn't
drew a
matter.
lot.
Like, yeah, this
Yeah.
was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm glad people enjoy it too. But
We
yeah.
got E. McNeil, all the killer illustrations and the mechanical designs. Pletho, Chamba not impressed by Super Saiyan 100.
But see stuff like that. I was like, I get it. I get what your thinking is, but it's also incredibly ridiculous. Like, it's
Super
to a
Saiyan
point where it's like,
million?
remember, like, yeah, like you were saying, it's like he'd be this small, and then everything would just be hair.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm talking about.
I'm still waiting for BS Deities or Mythic
dude.
Anime to come up with a build a figure with the hair. It's just
Hair
every figure you get
attachments.
has hair attachments, and you can make
Yes.
the Super
Yes.
Saiyan 100 with all the different hair
Oh,
attachments.
actually, Puncheesy, you got to print that out, man.
Could you
Yeah,
imagine?
dude.
Yeah, you have to print. You have to print out
Dude.
Super Saiyan 1000 for like a Goku SHP.
Do
Yeah.
it for
Yes,
Bamboo
man.
Labs. Come
You'd be
on,
the
That'd
man.
be
only one. Yeah,
sick.
you'd be the only one. Dang.
Oh my god, I love
just
that.
might. That is quite. It's very possible, actually.
Yo,
That's what I'm saying. I think it's doable, dude.
he prints out the most amazing things, dude.
Yeah, dude,
He had
there's-
like,
Ugh.
oh my gosh, I keep talking to him about that big Goku force, the
Yep.
big clear
The
Goku
ghostly
from
ones?
the
I was
Moral
like,
arc.
yeah.
Oh my god,
Amazing.
Here's the week right here.
Dude, turned
Oh,
out
wait.
so good.
It's you.
Come
The
on.
Whis.
Flexing already.
I
Jeez.
need one of those, man. I really do. Oh man. Let's see. We got AZ Toy Guild. What's up, man?
Yo.
hey,
Saf
hey.
Amateur Hour. Hey, what's up? With Little Dragon. And Pletho, the rerun of Super Battle Collection put such a flat color background, shrunk the art. Originals were 90s were loud. I agree. That's what they did. The rerun was a little weird. The box didn't look that great. Just first 3 episodes, Android Saga. When it comes to Akira, it wasn't the DBZ, but Dragon Quest Chrono Trigger was a big part of my job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those were huge for him.
Dude,
That's what
like
a big deal for him. Mhm.
just like I remember, this is a little different, but like when I first got my PlayStation, I went to EBX, and at EBX or Electronic Boutique, they had like these.
Oh, okay. We
Yeah.
Trying to critique. Yeah.
And there was Electronic Boutique and there was EBX. I don't know.
Okay.
But I remember picking up Tobal #1. Tobal
Hell yeah.
#1. And I saw the box art and I'm like, this looks like Goku.
Mhm.
And
That's
just because of that, I was like, I'm buying this. And I was one of my
Dang.
first PlayStation games, dude.
yeah. Yeah.
It came with the Final Fantasy like demo disc and everything. Ugh.
Yeah, that's why everybody bought it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It did
That's
great
the
in
only game
Japan.
where you can play as Torybot. Also,
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You have to unlock in really difficult like
Mm-hmm.
stages. Like there was like this just like these little tunnels and things that you have to go through. And if you did all of them, you got through all of them, you get Toribot. You get to fight Toribot, and then you get them, right?
That's
so
Crazy.
It's absolutely right.
Oh man. Rick, take us into your journey into the West.
Hello. Mine is a classic tale told by many a Latino. You wake up at 6 a.m, and before Latin America's beloved Chavo del Ocho, you have Dragonball Z. Those were amazing. Like, that was my first introduction to Dragon Ball. I didn't even know that it was Japanese. I didn't know that it was anime or anything like that. I would just turn on the Mexican channel, and it was like, oh shit, like, what the fuck is this? And you'd just watch Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball first would air. And eventually Dragon Ball Z started to show up. And you'd bring it up to anybody that wasn't Latino, and they'd go to like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what? What are you go? And I'd pronounce it strange because they pronounce it strange in Spanish. They'd go like Goku, like, Green, So I would try to explain to people like, you guys don't watch that show, Dragon Ball? They'd go like, what the fuck are you talking about? And yeah, so that's where that started. And then at some point in middle school, like anybody else, Toonami started to air, and I would just start to watch on there. And then, like, the big pickup for me, where Dragon Ball, like, really never left after that, for me, was in 2009, when the lead up to Dragon Ball Evolution was, like, my obsession, because I didn't know how horrible it was going to be.
None of us did.
There would be this YouTube channel that was literally called, like, Dragon Ball Evolution News Updates.
Wow.
And it would be, like, leaked set pictures and, like, theory videos, and, like, I was super, super obsessed with the channel, and like, oh man, this movie's about to do it. It's gonna bring it back. It's gonna be crazy. And it was awful. It was the worst. And that movie was so bad, it made me go back and rewatch Dragon Ball. And in 2009 was when I first watched it in Japanese. And I never went back. I don't think I've ever watched it in English willingly again after that.
No love for Sean Schemmel.
No, Masako Nozawa was everything after that point. It was, what's funny was that it was by pure happenstance. It wasn't like I want to see the original version. It was the American copyright, and like was just the copyright strikes were so hard on illegal streaming sites, because I would never download. I would just stream, and those are much easier for them to take down than downloads. I'd assume. Because it was really hard for me to find it in English. Like, I couldn't find it anywhere in English, but I could even go on YouTube at the time and find full episodes in Japanese. They would never take those down. They would never strike those videos, or on any of these, like Watch Cartoon Online, any of those websites. So I would watch it in Japanese just because I had no choice. I was like, well, I want to rewatch Dragon Ball.
It's a blessing in disguise then.
Yeah, and it was a blessing because I never looked back. I couldn't take listening to Sean anymore. Nothing wrong with anybody who loves Sean and grew up with Sean, and any of the American dubs. Like, good for you guys that you guys love it, and it and it's so nostalgic, because it is nostalgic for me too. But I just went Japanese, and I never went back.
That's awesome, man.
What about you?
For me, it was my cousins in Spain.
Okay.
So what happened was we would go there every summer to visit the family and everything. And when I would go there, I remember going there with my Spider-Man, my Toy Biz Spider-Man, my animated series type of stuff, because that's what I knew here. And I went over and I'm like, yeah, check this out. This is Spider-Man, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, that's cool, but check this out. And it was like... It was like, whoa, Dragon Ball. So they talked to me about Dragon Ball. They showed me like the show. And like over there, they had something called La Plaza, which is like every Tuesdays and Fridays, they would have like a bunch of different vendors that go in the street market, basically. Yeah. And they had a whole bunch of bootleg stuff. And, that's all they had there. Everything that my cousins had was like bootleg. And I remember like them getting a shirt with Gohan on it. And I was like, I want that shirt too. And I got that shirt. So that was like my first my first
Not
piece
Vegeta?
of Dragon Ball merch.
Dang.
It was what it wasn't Vegeta at first sight, you know. So but yeah, so what happens over there is we live in a place called Galicia, which they have their own dialect, and they speak Spanish, but they also speak Galician, which is like a mix of Spanish and Portuguese.
That sounds like a Dragon Ball Z language if I've ever fucking
Yeah.
heard it. Oh, it's the Galicians. You know?
The
Yeah, you know
Galicians,
what?
yeah.
The landscape of Galicia is very similar, like a little bit of
That's
Dragon
right.
Ball stuff, honestly, when you really think
Whoa,
about it.
Galicia, like where I am right now.
Like that, yeah, kind of like that.
Galicia.
Yeah. I don't know if the sky's red, but
He's in
Oh,
Galicia. But so over there, they would have different channels that would play it in Galician, and they would also play it in Castellano, which is Spanish. So like I'd get to watch it double time over there.
that's
And
sick.
so I would watch it, and I just couldn't get enough of it. So then when I came back to the States, me and my cousin would write letters to each other, and we were like pen pals. And
That's
he would
awesome.
draw and tell me, we would write reviews about things, and he would
That's
tell me what would happen. I remember he used to draw these little drawings. I still have the letters, these little drawings of like, hey, this is what Gohan looks like now, and this is what Piccolo looks like now, and Goku, like Gohan got older. I was like, well, he got older, and like it's just crazy. Like, and then he would get he would rip pages of magazines and send them to me, so I would have that, and I would just take anything. So what ended up happening was here in the States, there was no Dragon Ball stuff at that time. So when I would go to Spain, I would go to kiosks and I would, kids are always asking for like candy over there and stuff at the kiosk. I would ask for comics and see if they had the Spanish comics in there. I would go to libraries, like bookstores, and look for any type of Dragon Ball merch. I remember getting, and I still have it now, the Dragon Ball illustration book. And I loved it. And eventually it made it to the States, with Channel 11, like Dario was talking about. They would replay the same thing over and over, the Raditz and Vegeta saga, the Saiyan saga, and there was no blood. And I remember when I was watching it, and I thought that was, you're a kid, you think blood is cool. And I remember watching it in WB11 and being like, why is there like rock and roll music playing in the background the whole time? I don't understand why there's always rock and roll music playing it sounds nothing like it sounds over there. What's going on? And I kind of found that a little annoying, man. Like the whole like music in the background all the time, constantly. Because one of the things that I really loved about the show was like when it's quiet and all you hear is the wind and they're ready to battle. Like it just makes it more intense. And it was just like, like what's going on? So I would watch it like Dario said, early in the morning, and then my parents got me one of these TV VCRs. I just bought one a couple months ago too, just because of that. And I would buy the combos. Yeah. So I would wait till 5 a.m., buy blank tapes, and I would record the shows. So I would record it, and then again, I like drawing, so I would pause it on the scene that I like, and I would try to draw that. There's something about it. I always wanted to draw.
Catching static? Were you catching static from the fucking
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Your arm hairs would be standing up like
But that's and then we were at a mall. We would always go to this like mall, and there was like this African sculpture art store. And it was next to the comic book store, but they had this, those big, like if you were a rich kid, you had those big screen TVs back in the day.
Yeah.
Those super
heavy
huge ones, the heavy ones.
Yeah.
And they had this big screen TV. And one day I was passing by, about to go to the comic book store, get my 50-cent comics, and they're playing Dragon Ball. And I'm like, oh, snap. But I'm a little kid. I'm not going to go to this place with a whole bunch of African guys. It was kind of weird. And I told my parents, I was like, after a while, I wanted to go in. So I went in, and they had tapes. They had the recorded tapes. And not only did they have that, they had Super Battle Collection. And when I saw Super Battle Collection, I was just like, whoa, these are awesome.
Your heart to Africa, man.
Oh,
my like,
God. So that would be the only like white kid in there. And I would tell my parents, and back in the day, it wasn't like now where you tell your parents, can I have this? And eventually they buy it for you. Back in the day, you had to work hard for your parents.
You earned it.
Like, it wasn't, you earned it. So like I wanted one, and they're like, oh no, too expensive. I think they were like $20. Well, that's the time was kind of expensive for a little figure.
Yeah. Yeah,
No, that is
that's
a
like
lot.
more. That's more than
You know?
double of like a standard
Mhm.
American toy at the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they were expensive for what they were. And I remember eventually I got enough money from, I don't know, cleaning the house or cleaning the room or
So
something
yeah,
to
chores.
purchase one. And it was like, which one do I get? And I was like, I like Goku, I like Vegeta. I didn't know which one to get, so I got Vegito because it's both of them, you know?
Now you're talking.
Okay, yeah,
So I got the Vegito, and I still have that Vegito now, man. I still have that
That's
Vegito now.
that's sick
And
that
when
you
I-
still got it.
Oh yeah, I kept everything. I even have, like, I forgot to mention, I showed it to you guys before. When we used to go to those street markets, the first ever Dragon Ball figure I ever got was like this pink Goku made out of like wax. It doesn't
Mhm.
even move. It's just like a pink Goku.
And then
And I
it leaves
still
a
have that.
residue when you touch it.
Yeah, yeah. It came in a pack, and there was like a pink Goku. There was like a purple Piccolo and some other stuff, and there was like a yellow Gohan, and I still have that too. But I got that Vegito, and I remember opening it up, and it has no articulation. I was used to a little bit of articulation. It just moves the arms, and
Yeah.
the shirt rip comes off, and I still thought it was awesome. I was like, oh look, this comes from Japan. It doesn't even use the same plastic. It's like almost rubbery too, and I thought it was just so cool. So yeah, so it started like that, and then after that it became a lot of this. Like, I would go to Spain to see my cousins, get comics. We would read comics and record ourselves on tape with the voices, and I remember once I got this this poster book, this Dragon Ball poster book, and I came to, and it was around sixth grade, I believe. And there's this kid named Michael, and Michael
hated it,
loved,
didn't you?
he wanted Dragon Ball stuff. No, he liked Dragon Ball too. He's like,
Okay.
I go to Portugal and I like Dragon Ball from Portugal, blah 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 blah. And like, he had a lot of Super Nintendo games, and I had a Super Nintendo. So I was like, you know what? I'll trade you a poster for a Super Nintendo game. And yo, Mike went for it, dude. So
Wow,
like,
you hustled. Yeah.
What a fool that Michael.
Yo, I used to give, it was one poster from a poster book. They were like posters like this big.
Damn,
for a
you
Super
had a
Nintendo.
bunch. You're like, how
Yo,
many games can I get
yeah.
for this? Jeez.
Please say it was a shitty game, like you gave him Wheel of Fortune or something.
Oh,
No, I gave him the posters. He gave me the games.
Oh no.
So yeah. So
What
like,
games you get?
I still have some of them still. Like, I still have some of this stuff. I got like Ultraman, like an Ultraman game. I got like this, I think Street
The fighting
Fighter.
one?
That fighting one, yeah.
Nice.
There was a Ranma game on Super Nintendo too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Like, and he would trade for it. And at the time, me being young, I was like, yo, this kid's kind of like, is he serious about this? Like, he really wants to do this? Like, I knew it.
Cool.
But
That's
he kept doing it. So yeah, I hustled there with the Dragon Ball posters. But yeah, the big thing was, going back and forth with my cousins and sending letters and drawings to each other. And we even created a series called Tonto Ball Z, which means Dumb Ball Z. And it was like, we would make Piccolo was Pedolo, which is like fart.
Fart.
Like
Yeah, that's
Dude,
ridiculous.
That's Toriyama Yuma right there.
So he would, all he would do is like, he'd be on like rocks, like looking out to the wind but farting. Like, it's just stupid stuff. So like Vegeta was Mejeta, and in Galician Meshad means piss, so it would just be Vegeta in a diaper. It's just like stupid stuff.
I think you need to do a one-shot comic.
Yeah.
Dude, you need to do it.
Mhm.
Oh man, but I even, and this is kind of weird, but like one of my cousins, he went to jail for something, and while he was there, I brought out the sketchbook and I made one of those Tonto Ball Z things, and I sent to him in jail just to like make him smile a little bit. So
Cheer him up.
That's nice.
yeah, it's kind of cool. But yeah, man, that's where my story started, and from there it was just like, I just couldn't get enough, man. And a lot of it has to do, and again, it has to do with the artwork. It has to do with the character designs, the style, everything that Akira Toriyama would do. It would just catch my eye, whether it be the colors, whether it be the simplicity of things, but even just the line. His line always got me. Like, his line, there's something about his line, the way he does his lines,
Mhm.
that really, 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 caught my attention. And every year it would change. Like, at first I was really into like the later stuff where like it's very angular, But lately, as the older I get, I'm more into the early things, the bigger eyes, the rounder, chubby.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like that is a lot more unique. Which, you know, both styles are unique, but it felt like that was something that can't be as easily replicated just because of how simple
100%.
and how you were talking about it, Chamba, like how simple
100%.
but how difficult it is to do.
It's my favorite Toriyama. Is like he's more bubbly, softer, rounder. It's more cartoony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it looks like he enjoyed it a lot more.
That's why I loved it. It felt more fun. Like
Yeah.
I could tell that he was enjoying himself a lot here. Like you see it a lot in Dr. Slump. He's just like having a ball. You can tell.
Yeah. So we have a couple more people in chat. Yeah. One thing I wanted to mention is if we get enough likes, which is not that many. I'm trying to get 20 likes on the live stream.
Almost there.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of surprised. I felt like there's gonna be like 2 people. I'm really happy. I'm gonna give away a Dragon Ball Daima shirt from the New York Comic Con.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my god.
Okay, this is the one from this year, and they only gave it to people that actually made it to the panel.
Dang, look at that.
A
Special.
t-shirt, limited edition. You could only get it.
Still in the bag.
Still in the bag.
Lovely.
All right. So that's and it says New York Comic Con on it 2024. So yeah, that's the giveaway with 20 likes. So make sure you guys hit that like if you can. And it has to be live.
Yeah, it's free.
Smash that like button.
It's free. I'm not
It's
asking
free
for
to like.
much.
Exactly.
It's just a click of a button.
Exactly. It doesn't cost you anything.
You're over there doing nothing. Why don't you join DeVry Institute? I mean, like,
Oh, like that guy. You sitting there on your couch, you doing
Still-
nothing. You should like this video for DeVry Institute. Come on.
yeah. It just so I remember watching something that it just so happens that he didn't even go to college. He's like
No.
he's like they
Nice.
just took me to this alley in this place and he told me to record this and I decided to record it. It's just like,
Dude, and he was harsh as shit. You'd just be watching TV and then, yo, what are you doing? Like, oh shit, what's going on?
yeah. But you knew like if you were watching that shit, like you knew you weren't doing nothing. Like, you know,
That's true.
it was Jerry Springer and all those talk shows and stuff, and that would come on. You're like, damn man, I got to do something in my life. If I'm here at this time,
I'd change the channel on his ass. I'd go, you know what? You're making me feel like shit, buddy. And then I change the fucking channel.
oh man. All right, let's move on. Thank you guys all for sharing
Of course.
your journeys, man. I loved it. I love hearing about everything and how a lot of them were very similar, you know.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about episode 20, all the crazy stuff that happened on episode
Oh,
20.
baby.
What is this?
This was insane. Okay, guys, spoilers, everybody. Spoiler alert.
Oh my god.
Remember when Goku and Vegeta joined forces and made Vegito with the fusion bugs?
Oh
Mm.
my god.
And then they went Ultra Super Saiyan 4?
These guys work fast. They had a lot of this stuff like ready.
I love,
Yeah.
like I love that they put like the time, the time on top. They always put like a filter that looks like it was recorded from the TV screen.
You basically, if you project it on your screen and you just take a photo of that, that's what it's going to look like.
You're right.
It's simple.
You're right.
It's simple to do. So it's actually like, it's smart though. There's a lot of effort that went into this. So I'm like, I got to give you credit. There are some shots where I'm like, that doesn't look like the one where he's putting the bug in his mouth. The hand doesn't look great, and that's why
what's funny about that one? I saw the original image that's from. There's actual image from the show.
Yeah,
that they
where
just
they
literally just put the hair on top, and
it's fun. It's fun.
The ape one, the naked ape, was crazy.
That one's goofy.
We'll talk a little bit about that one later. That one's going crazy on the Instagram stuff, man.
That one's
goofy.
That one and Vegeta's bath time is like going. Dude, those memes were so fast with his fucking bath. Oh man, that was crazy.
Good on him.
But here, episode 20, the real stuff. Okay, if you don't want to get spoiled, honestly, please leave.
Yeah,
Why are
you
you
shouldn't
here?
watch this. Yeah.
Why are you even here, bro? Yeah, episode 20 just aired today. I
Mhm.
know Chamba and Panchisi, you guys watched it like right away, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, watch it live.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to wait a little bit, and I watched it right when I got home, and my son came in and he's like, I just hate this show. I'm like,
What?
calm down. He's like, I hate it. I'm like, why do you hate it? He's like, because I want it to be longer. I want it to keep going.
Okay.
Yeah. I was
It
like,
was
but
a
don't
hate
hate
because
it.
he likes
Enjoy
it a lot.
Yeah. But let's talk about it, guys. Going into this episode, Panchisi, I know you had a lot of things that you thought were gonna happen, and did they happen?
Not a single one.
He laid
But
out
I
a map.
was fully
them,
prepared for
they
none of
went
that
the other
stuff to happen
direction.
either.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, what are some of the things that you thought were gonna happen but didn't happen?
I thought for sure that there would be a fusion because they spent they really emphasized those bugs, but then nothing, which is fine. I mean, like even with like, I thought for sure that maybe if it like the joke would be like none of the main people would fuse, but it would just be a way to tie Shin and Kibito back into the fusion so it could pick up at Battle of Gods where they're fused back.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, for sure that's the joke, but no. the real joke is that they didn't care about any of that stuff.
It's like it didn't even exist anymore. It's just gone. They lost it. That's it. I was hoping at the end, like with the credits, I was like, okay, maybe they'll show something now. Maybe now.
I love,
and then
by the way, the credits hilarious.
They're so great.
Dude,
The Chi-Chi one is my favorite one.
Yeah,
It's
her doing the dishes and just like fucking.
Yeah,
She's on the step stool, which is so
enlarging
yeah,
it.
it's
funny.
but I'm like that's great humor right there because
Yeah,
that's
it's so
very
good.
specific, and I'm like
Dude,
I enjoyed that.
I thought that when we saw that montage, it was like, oh my god, are they gonna do it? Are they gonna do it? I thought that there was gonna be Vegeta in a bath with Bulma.
Oh, that would've
I
been
thought like
awesome.
they're gonna do it, and they never did. I was like, it's okay, it's good.
Yeah,
Enough people on the internet did it.
yeah, exactly. That could be left to your imagination. I think.
Yeah.
I feel.
I thought like that was his reward. He didn't get Super Saiyan 4, but he got the fucking bath at the end. Like,
dude, the beginning, like when it started, there was no intro music.
I
was
loved
just
it.
Like,
yeah,
I love that.
it was
there
like, let's
no
get
intro.
straight
Yeah.
to it. And Sheeta animating that thing. My gosh,
Yeah,
dude.
Beautiful.
And he has his little things, his little subtle things that he does. The shaking that he uses for the animation. He does this thing where he did it when he did the Ultra Instinct, where like Goku shakes his head kind of crazy, like almost like a maniac. You know what I mean? And then you had like the homage to Broly. You had a lot of little things there, and it was just so smooth. And it just started with no music. Again, no music, just like Nozawa going crazy, and then whoever plays Goma going like Kasa, you know, like, and it was just, oh my gosh, it was so good, so fast, so quick, and so beautiful, you know,
down to business.
Yeah, it was just like, we don't got time for the Jaka Jan right now, even though that's what like one of my favorite songs, but we don't have time for that. Let's get straight to business. Like, Chamba, what did you think?
The whole episode all around, I loved it. It felt very Toriyama to me. I know some people might go into it going, it's the way, you know, Goma was defeated is that I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Sensibility wise of how he writes things. Yeah. It's the thing is, it's like you got your fight still in this episode. It was a great fight at that.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty brutal. Like, Goma really was struggling. He's like, how can I not destroy this thing? Like, Goku was just given everything. And
dude, he literally tore a hole in his ass.
that's what I'm saying. Like, that eye saved him too many times at that point. You know
That
what I
eye
mean?
is so OP. Like,
It
Yeah.
is. That's why, but like, it's amazing. Like that once it got knocked off, you just step on it. It's done.
that was Toriyama.
Like
That was
whole
so
thing was
Toriyama.
Toriyama. That's why I was like, so good, so good. And then the after credit scene as well.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
they went back. I was like, that's
It's
hilarious.
just at a
Like,
shop, dude. It's just at a shop. Like,
that's
what?
all, like, that
Somebody
shot-
bought one a long time ago.
but it's funny because it's like it basically linked back to the bugs things as well, right? It's like they sell all these things that'll help people, that'll help the people of that realm, like through ailments and whatnot. It's like, yeah, this is just something else you can buy here, but it's so expensive that no one wants to buy it. And I'm like, that's crazy. But yeah, episode was great. Fighting was great. Animation was solid. It just, and also how it was resolved. I enjoyed it. It went back to the book as well, because it's like, how it's the book and he knocked. I was like, brilliant. I love that character as well. I think the Majin Ku and Du, I love them. Like,
That's you,
they're
man.
so awesome.
You're
yeah,
cool.
I like the characters. Like when they're first introduced, I was like not sure about them, but I'm like, if they're like Majin Buu, I like Majin Buu. But they ended up I like them more than Majin Buu. Like from the little time that we've had with them, it's a shame that we're not going to get any more. That's kind of like, how your son was saying, I hate this. I want more. I feel like the way, like, Punchies, you had a lot of stuff that you were predicting in your stories or things that you would like to see.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that if Toriyama didn't pass, things could have continued. Like it's almost like a lot of stuff that was shown wasn't intended to just be for this. And it's kind of unfortunate that he's not, he doesn't have the opportunity to tell those stories.
Yeah.
Now, we don't know whether or not he left a bunch of notes behind.
Yeah, outlines and stuff.
Outlines. It's like, his plans. Because like I remember they were saying prior to Daima, it's like, he's excited about writing again. He's excited about telling more stories again. So I'm hoping that he wrote down a bunch of ideas that he planned on doing, and whether or not, because he's got people working with him on this series that he trusts well enough to work with, right? Hope like, are they going to continue it? Who knows? But it's a shame that we're not going to see it directly from him. But if he left notes and whatnot, it'd be brilliant just to see what some of them could be. If they could just be fleshed out. But no, I love the episode. It was fun. I plan on rewatching the entire thing again. Just from the start. Because
I want to watch it through. Yeah,
I think so. Because when it was airing weekly, at least for a lot of the middle section, I actually stopped watching it for a bit because I'm like, I want to stop and then just binge a whole load of the middle section. And I'm glad I did because I didn't have to wait. Because I felt like if I had to wait for some of the episodes, it would have pissed me off. Because
some of that middle stuff was,
what I mean?
Yeah,
but it was. I think a lot of the early stuff, it felt like it was slow.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with that because I'm like, you want us to get back into this universe. You don't want to just be like, hey, we'll get cracking already. It's like, no, he wants to. It felt like Dragon Ball to me. That's why I was really enjoying it, the whole journey aspect. But I could see a lot of people, finding it too slow paced. No, I'm glad I did that way. But so I managed to watch a lot of the middle section back to back almost. And I was like, oh, this was way, way more fun. And then the last, like, was it the last 6?
Yeah.
Last five or 6. I was like on a weekly then. And I was like, it's grueling because it's like, we're amped up. It's time for the final battle type stuff. And you're like, oh, I got to wait another week. But so I think watching it now again on playback would be actually pretty good because it'll just be a whole run through.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, love the episode. I loved just the ending part. Like the fact that he's now the the king. I was like, he's great, and they're like, oh, he's actually perfect because he's a really good dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like,
I honestly thought that they were gonna fuse. I thought that Ku and Du were gonna fuse to like make the perfect being because one is so strong and then one is so mental. But he ended up making him
That's why I'm like, it's like you don't have to combine them to make one stronger, because it's like if you work together, you're already that. You could still be you as an individual. You don't have to like they don't have to fight to be the person in control of the fusion. Let's just work together. And I was like, that's way better. Because you don't, if you work together and you trust each other, then you'll still get through it. So I like that. I like the episode a lot.
Yo, shout out to Kev. He came by for a little bit, but he's kind of behind, so he didn't want to hear all the spoilers. So
makes sense.
Don't worry, Kevin. I'll message you all the spoilers right now.
Yo, we hit our like count, so there will be a giveaway of the Dragon Ball Daima New York Comic Con T-shirt. Just stick around till the end, and we'll be giving that away. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. Rick,
hello.
What did you think?
If it's entirety,
episode 20.
Episode 20. It was so good. It was so good. Just like you said, out the gate. Because a lot of anime do that. Like the last episode, so serious, no fucking song. They're just straight to the story. And in my mind, anytime an anime does that, I go, "Oh shit, this is real." Like, oh shit, it's going down, it's happening. I really loved it. It just feels like everything about it just felt so Toriyama. The entirety of the series too.
Yeah.
Just the little things are like the way Goma was defeated is just such a Toriyama thing. Like they could have easily had, like, it's not to be offensive to him because I love what he does. Like if it was Toyotaro, I could imagine like Vegeta one hit, Goku one hit, Piccolo one hit, the eye falls out, and that's game over. Like But the way that it happened, the fucking book hitting behind the head, I was like, damn.
I think it's great because it kind of it brings it back. Yeah, exactly. He would have done it that way. So I was like, that makes sense.
Only he would have done it that way.
Yeah.
It just it was great. It was like sad because it's like reading a friend's final text or something. But
I know.
Right? But it was awesome. It was really, really good.
It was a good way to kind of say goodbye,
Yeah.
It was like the last hurrah. And it was so him.
Something so Toriyama. Something so Toriyama, like in like practically every single episode. Like sometimes I get messages from people like, dude, why is this happening this way? Like, man, this is Toriyama. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you're a Dragon Ball? Like, this is so Toriyama. What are you talking about? I loved it. I loved it a lot. And I appreciate, just thinking back, the slow beginning of it.
I love it.
Because I end up loving it a lot more because it's nice to enjoy something like that. I think with the series. I know people saw the first few episodes like, God, they're wasting time. Like, man, he's never gonna do something like this again. Like, I like that he got to like just pass the time and like take a breather with it. It was nice. It was nice looking back now.
Yeah, for sure. For me, I felt like I said, episode 20, the way it started, it was like, all right, this is serious. There's no music. It was just like big sound effects with the punches and this and that and the like all these little voices and then of course the animation was just top notch. It was so fast and
incredible, man.
It's very new Dragon Ball. It's not old Dragon Ball. Old Dragon Ball, like, it takes time. The new Dragon Ball is just quick. Boom, 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 bam. Like everything going crazy, shaking, camera screens, moving things around. And I really enjoyed it. I loved it. Like seeing Super Saiyan 4 Goku adult.
I loved it.
Like, dude, that big arms. That Kamehameha, looking just like the fucking old one, was unreal. When you see like the comparisons and like people like put the image together, it's
Pancho put it up, right? You put it on your story. You had like Kamehameha, like it was so good. And then like again, like the homages to things like the Broly movie, the Kamehameha. There was other things that I can't think of it right now, but there was a bunch of like these little things like, oh, that's from this, and oh, that's from that. It was just a lot of fun. It was intense. And then at the end, when he shoots the blast and it goes through the freaking demon realm, dude.
Dude, yeah.
It goes through the demon realm. The water starts coming out from the second. Like, oh my gosh, it was.
It felt like a wave.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, man. Like, it was
yeah.
crazy. It was just intense, impactful, super strong, and Goma couldn't do nothing about it.
No.
And then it's like Goku gives Piccolo the look, and Piccolo's like, "Now it's the time," and like he goes there, he gets the 2 hits, and then it's just it's Toriyama thing again. It wasn't really Goma hitting him; it was Goma kind of just like falling back.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Wasn't it something like that? And then like that's when he doesn't get that 3rd hit. And then they're like, "Oh shit, everything's gonna get super serious now." He's pissed, and he's doing his thing, and then coup.
With the fucking book, man.
Loved it.
Yeah.
And
you know, one thing that I love too, that like is why I always love when this series like comes back, is like it almost feels like we hear it every time, but it's good that we hear it every time from like Poncho and everybody else on the internet. They say like, well, this is the best Dragon Ball has ever looked like. Fuck yeah, man. That's why I don't want it to stop, because it's always going to get better. It's always going to get cleaner. It's always going to look much better than it did before. And I that's what I love the most about when it comes back. Like, I forget who it was. Somebody was fucking shitting on this show. Like, I'm sick of people saying this show looks good. Like, dude, of course it does. It's 2025, man. It better look better than everything else before. It needs to. And I love it. I love that it's like that. It's I don't know. I grew up with fucking VHS, you know, it's seeing it done this way, and like it keeps, you know, upping the level every time. Like when I watched a Superhero, I was like, dude,
right,
how can it get better than this? And then I watched this, I was like, fuck.
Although in all honesty,
better than this.
I still think like in Superhero, when they reanimated all the Dragon Ball stuff, to me, I was like, this is like the best depiction of Dragon Ball I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, I don't think anything's gonna, because it felt like Toriyama's drawings were actually just moving, like his illustrations from the manga were moving, and I was just like, yeah, this is amazing.
Tugs at the heart, man.
It does, because it's like, oh, this is a nice callback to it, but it's seeing it with fresh eyes and the way it was depicted. And in saying that, like, the way this series was animated was absolutely stunning, because, you know, Daima has a specific look.
Yeah.
And it's not trying to be Dragon Ball Z. It's not trying to be Super. It's not even trying to be Dragon Ball. It is definitely its own. It's current Toriyama. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and it's like it's current Toriyama, but like with a better current Toriyama. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like, there was a point where Toriyama was his artwork was looking a little.
Well, because there was a period of time where he wasn't drawing
exactly
at all.
Yeah.
Do you know
and
what I mean?
I was a person that I'm into the artwork a lot, and there was a period in time where he was drawing everything, and everything was looking kind of like the proportions were a little awkward, very thin and weird, and I was like, "Where's he going with this?" You know, and now I think at Daima is where it's like this is what he was trying to do,
right?
And this is
he
like
got
the
to it now.
And that's nice. I like the way it is now. You know.
Because he still has the roundness. There's still some edgy aspects to it. There's still lankiness, but there's also still some of the soft, you know, blob aspects, I suppose. But
it's the best of everything he's done come together, and it's great.
And you got the guys working with him that were top notch of that era too.
Yeah, and they had time. Unlike Super, they didn't have time to do anything, so that's why Super had so many issues. But yeah, like the second part of the episode where everything kind of got funny, it was fun, man. It was, you know, the after credit scene with the third eye, a bunch of them, 2 other ones, and there was just a lot of like fun little things. And one of the things that got me the most was how they almost like broke the 3rd wall when Goku and Vegeta were speaking about Super Saiyans, and Goku was like, "Yeah. You know, I just learned. I was training after Majin Buu, and that's how I kind of learned this." And then he was like, "You got Super Saiyan 3," and he's like, "It's not Super Saiyan 3. It's Super Ultra Vegeta 1."
Yeah, it's Ultra Vegeta 1.
Yeah.
Like,
so they're like, and they said something along the lines of like, it's a Super Saiyan free for all or something.
No, he because he says it when Trunks first turns Super Saiyan in front of him.
Yep,
And-
it was.
and
Yep,
He goes, "Is this a Super Saiyan bargain sale? What's
bargain
happening?"
sale.
Like,
There it is.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
the first thing he tells Kid Trunks when Kid Trunks turns into a Super Saiyan in front of him is this a Super Saiyan bargain sale? What's happening? And
Because
then
they
like
struggle to do it, and the
Yeah.
kids are just like doing it like it's nothing. Like,
yeah, and then he inner monologues like, "How can this be?
yeah,
No
The
way.
word, like a Saiyan form into a mere child's toy." Like,
Yeah.
obviously, I'm quoting
Yeah.
the English right now, but
sure.
but like
That's what
I
we-
felt like him saying Ultra Vegeta 1 was kind of like him when they made Ultra Ego, not Ultra Ego. What was it? The Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, when they kind of just give it a different name, but it's kind of the same.
yeah,
It was almost him like saying like, yeah, I'm just gonna call it something different because it's mine, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
call it whatever I want at this point.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no-
yeah.
it's a little poke at that pattern of
Yeah,
It's a
Vegeta.
poke at the pattern. Yeah. But that leads into a big question, which is the timeline now. This is a little weird now. Again, this is not an actual timeline. This is something someone put up. But since we found out that Goku trained for Super Saiyan 4, and it wasn't just Neva's magic, that changes everything.
It does.
Like, why hasn't he used it? Why hasn't he used it in any of the series, even at the Battle of the Gods, you know, before he knew Super Saiyan God? Like, why hasn't he mentioned it? Does that mean that this is its own, people hate this word, but canon? Is it his own thing, Daima? Or are they going to kind of explain it later on after whenever it comes back? What do you guys think?
Could be anything at this point. Like, a lot of it could have been, answered in one sentence. It's like, this form only be achieved here in this realm.
Yeah,
So
that's
why
what
you
I
don't
thought.
see it. Yeah. Now that's a clean, easy get out of it, right? Again, because he passed on, we don't know what further plans he had for this. So it's hard to assume what he had planned, whether or not it's like, this is where it fits within a timeline. This is why he can't do this later on, or this is why he chooses not to do this later on. I know there's like theories online saying it's like, this is what an actual true, pure Super Saiyan God is technically, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, because of
Cool theory, because of the hair color and whatnot, right? That's neat.
Mhm.
But in the end of the day, it's just going to be that. It's a theory. Unless something is officially canonized, I'm always just going to say it's a fun theory. But in the end of the day, it's like, take it as whatever. If
Yeah,
you enjoy the story, great.
What is like the only true canon is the manga, honestly.
Yes,
If you really
100%.
want to say, that's
And
the
even
only
to
true
me,
canon.
only Toriyama's manga is true canon.
Exactly, just the Toriyama Dragon Ball manga.
Yes.
That's
And
a
that's
true
fine.
canon. All the other
Everything else
stuff is money makers, honestly. But
100%. But it's fun. It's still fun
But it's
to
fun.
to consume as viewers and readers and whatnot. It's just more stories to enjoy in the end of the day. Because I mean, most of the time, it's like I enjoyed it so much, I want more of it, and this is kind of it. I consider Daima as canon as the closest thing to canon because Toriyama was doing it to the point where it's like, he's in charge of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They
if
they say that he was
anything-
even more involved in this than the Dragon Ball Z anime. Because
Yeah.
the anime, he was in the manga. He wasn't involved
Yes,
in the
exactly.
anime.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be involved in the anime because it's like you're just doing
the manga
what
stuff.
I made
Yeah.
already. Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
assuming the most that they do is ask a question like, "Hey
Yeah.
man, when he does this, how should he look more like that?"
Yeah.
Like,
What
Yeah.
color?
Yeah.
What color
Yeah.
is this? And even he forgets a lot of the time too. So it's like, okay. But
Mhm.
so the fact that his involvement in this was like insane. I'm like, to me, this is the next canon. GT
Yeah.
was never canon to me because it's it was pure studio, and I'm like, that's cool because they understood that the fans wanted more things of Dragon Ball then, and since Toriyama didn't want to do it, and they had the license to do it, it's like, let's just do it. Let's just make something.
So
It's
do you guys think the timeline's more like this or like this, where it's just its own thing?
To me, it's closer to this.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
again, there's still too many unanswered reasonings. But it's like maybe some things we're not supposed to know. It's like we live in a day with the internet, right? And how most people need answers for everything. And I'm like, man, I used to read and watch stuff as a kid and be like, not know the backstory or something and be like, this is cool. It's still cool. I don't have to know every little, like, if I'm supposed to know it, they would have shown it. If that's how I see things.
Yeah.
Whether it be in comics, movies, television shows, it's like if I'm specifically supposed to know what this backstory is about or why it's important, the writer would have told me already, would have shown it.
Yeah.
If I'm not,
Yeah.
if it's not that important, then yeah, it's not there. It's not important.
Yeah, I could see them like, no, this is silly. This is kind of like, it's not going to go well with people. But I could see them coming back with Super or whatever they do, and this telling and Goku just being like, yeah, I just forgot about that. I forgot I had to do this
Because
It's
it
as simple as
happens.
that. Like, that's a
you could,
Toriyama thing. Like, yeah, I just forgot. Oh yeah, that's what I have. Like, and
Yeah,
How do
everybody
you
else
forget?
is
Like,
like,
I forget stuff we as humans forget stuff all the time.
yeah.
you know?
Or it can be as simple as like Vegeta going, "Hey man, why don't you turn like an ape right now, like you did in the Demon World?" And he
Yeah.
just was like, "Oh, dude, I can't do it here. I don't know why.
Yeah,
You do it over
exactly.
there." Though. Like
that
you know,
simple line is
boom,
like, oh yeah,
answers the
I've
question.
There you
tried.
go.
It's like I've tried. I
That's
can't.
true.
Yeah,
Rick.
because
So you
he
can't do it
does,
over
he
there.
does say the line. He does say the line. I didn't think it would work.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And then Nebo, all he really did was unlock his potential, basically
Mhm.
what they do and what Nameks do all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's true. That could be it. That could be it. It's like, oh, I tried and I can't do it here.
I've tried. I couldn't do it. So
Done.
this is what came out this time.
But the reality is they didn't even know about. They didn't even create this. So
Of
it's
course
like
not. Of
now
course
they
not.
got to try to figure out how they're going to put it in.
Yeah.
And
Or
since
just again, like they don't have to. They'd be like, yeah, if
but
they tried.
since Dragon Ball is so goofy, and sometimes they just don't explain things. It's just going to be something like that. It's like, yeah, I forgot and it didn't work out, or it's just something silly. It's going to be something silly, and then everybody's going to be everybody for years until this thing comes back. For years, people are going to be coming up with theories.
Of course, and
Yeah.
especially with the internet now, right?
Oh my gosh!
Back in the
Dude,
day, without the internet, we would just be talking to our mates like, "Oh, it's this and that, this and
Yeah.
that." It's like, yeah.
I
but
listen to
now-
this guy. Listen to this guy, and he's great. I'm not gonna say his name. He's great. His information is wonderful. But when Super Saiyan 4 came out, he was insistent that it was Neba's magic. He's like, it's never gonna happen everywhere because it's Neba's magic, and da 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 da. And people in the chat would come up with these theories. They're like, oh, maybe it'll happen. And he'd be like, no, you're dumb because it's Neba's magic. And he was like so certain. He would act like he knew it. But here you go. It's not his magic, dude. It's basically he was training. He
But
knew how
he's
to
gonna
do it.
say, "Nah, well, they changed it last minute." It's like, mate, you're not
Yeah.
Toriyama. I'm sorry, dude. As much as we want to believe our own,
And this guy has
stuff.
this guy's on point with a lot of his info.
Sure.
But
Yeah,
like when
maybe-
I would listen to him about things, and I'm like, yo, dude, like you're not certain, 100% certain. And the way he would like respond to his chat sometimes, it's like, ugh,
Yeah,
dude, chill out.
It's like it's also we're talking about a fun cartoon here. It's,
Yeah.
we don't have to.
Yeah.
Rick,
shit
what
on
do
it.
you, what do you,
Shit on your
Rick
reviews
and,
like that.
and Pancheezy, what do you guys think, man? Like, what do you guys think about this canon thing? Where is it gonna lie, or what's gonna be the explanation? Or
Me and Poncho had gone back and forth on the ACBA podcast, and go watch the ACBA podcast.
the best. I'm there all the time. I love listening to you guys.
I
My
see him
favorite.
there
My
every week,
favorite.
baby.
My favorite.
If I'm being honest, like the canon is just that I'm sure that they were just making the show, and like Poncho had said many times, like this was just going to be a web show.
Yeah.
And then Toriyama died, and they were like, dude, fuck this. Like this show is going to be
Put it on
whatever we
TV.
say it is now. And that's why it's hard to like explain certain things and why things didn't work the way that you think. And maybe this will end up like really, really being canon, like at any point in the future, just because of how much it meant and how much Toriyama had his hands in this soup.
It says original work by Toriyama. To me, I'm like, yeah, that's what makes you like Superhero, the movie. That's canon to me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I would have done the same thing with the show. Like, if this was just going to be a fun little project that Toriyama did, and then Toriyama died, I'd have been like, dude, fuck this. This is real. Whatever.
Mhm.
Put it on the show. Put it on the
Mhm.
on the air. It's
He was
I
having
think I would
fun
have been
with it,
compelled to
dude.
do the same thing.
Yeah, why would you not want to put out something that he's actually enjoying creating? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail right there, Chamba. Like he was having fun with it. Like you could
Mhm.
tell there was a lot of fun with this. The designs and
Everything.
and everything.
The
Like he had the demon realm was like the best thing he could have thought
Wow.
of because he created his own plants. He created his own scenery. He created his own like life forms.
His own
It was just
giants. That
his
was
his own
crazy.
his
That's what I'm telling
creativity
you.
going.
You could
He's
tell he
creating his
had
own
fun with
world,
this.
dude.
You could tell he had fun with this one because I'm like, he would not have been this detail oriented with all the intro aspects. I know people are like, oh, it was slow start. I'm like, he's introducing you to a whole universe right now.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do this if he didn't care about it. If it didn't matter to him, nah. Come on, dude.
Yeah, like he introduced a whole new universe. He created his whole new world, and he gave all this lore, this new lore for the story.
I'd watch a whole series just on that realm.
Yeah,
Hell
on these
yeah.
characters. On these
That was so
characters.
sick. I'd
Like, we
follow a
got-
whole series just for Hebus over there.
That's what.
yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Dude,
he's great.
He's the best.
He's like, I want to be one too. Like, he's
He
like,
was
"Yeah,
one of
you
my
are."
he was one of my favorites of the whole series. I'm like, he was just
Oh,
tagging along the whole time because he was their chaperone technically, the
Yeah.
driver.
Yeah,
Like he's so good.
dude.
love
And
that
then
guy.
like you got to find out so many things. You got to find about the Glens, you know,
Yeah.
Supreme Kai, and you got to find out about the origin of Majin Buu with Marba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to. There was so many things that were answered that you didn't know. You didn't know if you wanted. Like you didn't. I don't know if
We
we
didn't need it.
wanted. We didn't need it, but now I'm
didn't need
like, we needed it. Yeah.
But see,
Yeah.
that's why I was like, we didn't need it then. No one questioned it when Majin Buu and whatnot came about. And no one was
Yeah.
like, oh, what about this? It's like, but he's telling you now because why is he telling you now? Because it's important. Because it's something that he wants to actually tell you. He wouldn't just create this willy-nilly, show it, and be like, by the way, this is a nothing. This is pretend nothing happened now. This is a throwaway. I'm like, nah, he wouldn't waste his time on that.
Yeah. No. It's just like, and then the whole idea of like getting the Dragon Balls with the Tamagamis.
I
Like,
love
and there
that.
was two
That was
different. You had to
awesome.
fight them, but there was also another little test that you had to do.
I love that.
And the way
silly
they
test
went,
after,
the
so
way-
Yes.
Toriyama.
yeah, the way they went about it. My favorite one was with Vegeta, and you're like, oh, he's gonna lose this one because he's getting angry,
Mhm.
and then he just had the simple answer. It was just like,
Yeah.
oh man, it's so good.
It was great. They're so I need figures of them.
Oh yeah, number one like figures that I want to see from Daima, other than like Super Saiyan, the ones that Super Saiyan 4s and all that stuff, are the Tamagamis. I just feel like they're
Yeah.
so perfect for figures, dude. They
So
look like
toyetic.
Very toyetic designs for sure.
Fun,
You know-
fun characters too.
yeah. I mean, look at all these colors, man. A lot of these olive greens and these weird greens. These are colors that you don't see often, you know,
No.
being used for characters. And you know, one of the things that got me was I really thought Glorio was gonna be something else. Like, I didn't think he was just a hired guy, and it's a nice type of guy that was hired. I thought there was something else that was not being said, but in the end, they just made him like basically he was hired to do this, and that was it because she
He was
saved
an
him
orphan.
from.
He was an orphan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that it was just
Yeah.
a simple story. It's like,
Yeah.
he was just doing his job, like he knew that she wasn't, the greatest person, but she also was the one that saved him. So it's like, yeah, how can I not? But he also knew it's like because of that, she's not a terrible person.
And
She's
that's
just-
again
Yeah.
Toriyama stuff. Nobody was really terrible.
No.
Like, and then again, breaking that third wall, Goma at that, he's like, I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad. I shouldn't go there. Like, I did this. Like, so
Then
it's
he
like,
gets hit with you're right. 1 year less.
yeah, well, here, like
Yeah.
99.
He was selfish. Doesn't make him bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he went about in the craziest way. But if you think about it, it's like the fact that in the end they show that, wait, there's 2 more of these eyes. That's crazy. That means anybody could have done this.
Mhm.
Really.
Who was your favorite for all you guys? Who was your favorite new character?
I like Majin. I like Majin Buu and
Majin
Du.
Buu.
They were my favorites. Just when they were first introduced, I was like, yeah, because I was like another Majin Buu type. I'm like, ugh. Then I saw him like, I like these guys. They're cool.
Mhm.
I like them a lot. So yeah, as new additions, I'm like, yeah, they're fun.
How about you, Punch?
Yeah, I like Majin Buu a lot too. After that, probably Goma, I would imagine. I
Goma's
really
fun.
like Goma had a lot of like expressive scenes and like whoever, like, you could tell whenever an animator got a chance to animate him, they just like
Oh,
just
they went to town.
nuts.
Yeah, he's animated. That's why.
Yeah, that's one of the
He's like
things.
Looney Tunes animated.
Yeah, with the figure, I wish they would have made these extra large heads to put on his little body, because a lot of the times when he was exaggerating his facial
Yeah.
features,
Yeah.
it would make his head huge. And I'm like, SHF should have done something like that, where they would be adding like these big heads in there.
I wish some of
that price point.
the bonus ones, like say, Super Saiyan 4 Goku
The hand,
Mini.
yeah,
I wish his bonus was a Goma head.
yeah.
Another expression.
For that Goku Mini, when I was reading it, it said an effect that they
It did
haven't
say
shown.
effect, but
Yeah,
they show the mini
that little ball.
mini Goku with, and I'm like, why are they showing mini Goku? Is it like accessible for him or something? I have no idea.
Yeah, we'll find out eventually. Rick, what was your favorite character?
Probably Glorio and
Great.
that goofball Hebus. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I always love the
is the
stupid
best.
like
Yeah, he's
goofball
so-
ass character.
I'm with you, dude. Yeah.
When I
He
was
is
a
so
kid,
awkward.
when I was, I mean, it
love
still
it.
happens as an adult. When I was a kid, I loved Yajirobe, and I loved, I fucking loved all those like little goofy ass characters. Like I loved Oolong when I was a kid too, and like there was one time there was this random Irwin figure that came with an Oolong, and I was like, I want that figure. Oolong's in
Just-
there.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He's a very Toriyama character.
Yeah, and I love Mr. Popo, even though Mr. Popo's not a
Dude.
doofus or anything, but I love Mr. Popo too.
They showed
like,
Popo in the end. I love
dude,
it.
they showed him
Yeah.
again.
Full one
still
with his.
without the
I'm like,
turban.
but
He
it
had the
looks
horns
cooler
out.
now. He looks way
Yeah.
cooler like this.
Yeah, so I love characters like that, like the goofy, like chubby guys. So I love Hebus and I love Glorio too. Very Future Trunks-esque Glorio is.
Gloria's design is very
Yeah.
future true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's.
I'm
yeah,
a sucker
sure.
for Future
Because
Trunks.
he's cool. He's a cool character. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There was a part of me that was thinking that Gloria would turn like kind of buff looking at one point, like because that,
Thought he roid out or what?
'Cause the
yeah,
fan
yeah, like
theories
he'd
about that,
power
it's like,
up or something. Yeah, that fan theory.
He's the third man.
yeah.
the third man.
The third man.
His
Rick,
design is like very close to another character from Dragon Ball Heroes and Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Online,
Mhm.
so that's why a lot of people thought that he was gonna
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
bulk up.
Well,
Like,
I'm
there's a
glad
lot
he
of
did.
characters from
Him and
here.
Arinsu, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
like
glad he did.
Rinsu too. Like there are so many people here that had inspirational designs from Dragon Ball Online. So like and Dragon Ball Heroes and stuff. So I think that's where a lot of those like fan theories came from, because so many
Exactly.
people were just like expecting stuff from other iterations of Dragon Ball to come true.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it
Yeah.
didn't. I'm so
Yeah,
glad
same.
they
I'm
did it.
super
Yeah.
glad that-
But one of the things is like Toriyama takes this stuff that's already made and makes it his own, like
Yep.
Yeah.
Broly and those Dragon Ball Online or Heroes characters. Like it's like, hey, you did this, you fans did this,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah. I even
Miles
like
Morales.
the doofy versions of like the Demon World's Ginyu Force. Those guys were hilarious.
They were silly. They were silly.
yeah, they
were
were
silly.
such fools. Yeah.
Yeah. Rick Jones says the old Namek. So you like Neva, which
Yeah,
is cool
Neva.
too.
He was
I
great,
like
dude.
Neva a lot. Yeah.
There's a
great.
theory going around. I just read it that Neva is actually Toriyama. Ooh,
Oh,
You
I
know?
love that.
Now you're cooking with
Yeah.
grease, baby.
I love
he's
that.
actually Toriyama.
Yeah, what-
Old and like he can create things and do
Yeah.
things he wants to do in the story
He's
type of
also a little
thing.
goofy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Did you get to say who yours were, Lago?
Yeah.
No, but mine are like I think it's Ku and Do. I liked.
Yeah, They're
At
awesome.
first, I thought when I saw their designs, I was like, eh. Again, like what a lot of the times when I see these designs, I'm like, I expected more. But then when you really see them, you're like, I get it. I like it.
Yeah,
I want
I get it.
this. Yeah. Like how ridiculous that he has to eat like a cookie,
I love
and
that.
then when
though,
he
because
turned Super Saiyan 3, kind of just because like he wanted to,
love
because he
that.
thought it was
Yeah.
cool.
it looked cool.
Dude,
I'm
that
like,
Yeah,
was
'cause it looked
amazing.
cool.
I love
That
it.
was so good. That hair
And then-
started popping out. I was like, oh shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then how Ku was like, "Oh snap, she made a freaking Majin. It's gonna be intense. It's gonna be crazy." And then you
Yeah.
find out it's a goof. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they first started making another, quote unquote Majin Buu, I was like, man, I don't know where this is going, but if a fucking Majin Buu pops out that just looks purple and it's just like Boo but purple or something, like I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
And then he came out and I was like, huh, okay. And then they said they were gonna do it again. I was like, damn, is this one just gonna be looking exactly like Boo but something else? And then it was completely different. Like I mean, very very whimsical like Majin Buu is, but different enough. And I really like those two characters.
And even like bringing the Cybermen back in, like it was like what?
Yeah,
Where
that
were the
was awesome.
Cybermen
That
in
mention
there?
was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, what we're talking
And
Cybermen?
I'm with you guys. I think I might like them better than Majin Buu. Like
because they felt more of the character,
something charming about them that Boo didn't have. Like Boo's kind of like a child, but
he's
they're
a baby.
like
Boo's
they're
a
like-
baby compared to them. Basically.
they're like toddlers. It feels like they're
Yes.
like kids, like eating cookies and buying chips, and like it was cool, man. It was just I don't know. I think they worked out really well, man.
Like when when Majin Ku lost to the Tamagami, he was just like, oh well. I couldn't beat it. I was like, that's not the reaction that you would imagine from what you would think. Oh, snap! It's gonna be another Majin Buu. Is it like because he's smaller one? It's like, oh, he's gonna be the evil Majin Buu. I'm like, no, he's actually the smart. He's a smart kind one. He was following orders. Simple. He wanted to please his master.
And then the end with the Rinsu when he's just like, yeah, you could join me. This like she's like looking at him like, what?
It's like, yeah. I mean, you created me. It makes sense.
You're bad, but you're not that bad, you know? Like, oh man, the tables turn, and I like that ending was so good. I loved it, dude. It was so, and he was the perfect person, and to cram all that into the 22 minutes or whatever the episode was.
Pretty shocked.
I was like, oh, they're not going to be able to do this. I was like, they're gonna f up somehow. They're gonna mess up somehow. Something's gonna happen that I'm not gonna be happy with. But no, in the end, I'm like, it's perfect. It's Toriyama just like putting his signature at the end of the like boom, I'm done. And it was just so good the way it ended, man. I loved it.
Yeah, I love that ending. It was great.
Now, is this just GT remade?
I mean, if it is, I'll take it because it's like a condensed form. There's a lot of fat cut off. You got a lot of the power-ups that people love to see. You got a lot of the fights that people wanted to see.
Yeah, and it also felt like what a fan would do. Like I hear like anybody that's not like terribly disgusted by GT, because you do come across those fans that are like, GT's fucking awful, bro. Don't bring that up in front of me or whatever. This felt like Toriyama even himself being a fan and going, well, I like this, and this. I'm gonna do that. And like it felt like what a fan says, like, oh, you know what? I didn't really love GT, but I like this and I like this and I like this. It felt like a fan doing it because he obviously was, but
well, it's like you did your version, studio. This is what I'm going to do.
This is what I do. Yeah.
It's like, I'm sure, these are fun ideas. Let's put it through my filter, basically. That is the person who created the bloody property. Here's how I would have done it. And it's like, we get to see that now.
Yeah, but GT still has like a certain charm to it. I like GT. I like my thing with GT. I don't know if I like GT the story so much. I think the ending was nice. I love the ending of GT. I think the Path to Power, I believe it was, where like there's at the end that little Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. was kind of cool too. Like that's later on. That was really cool. Those are like little things, and then the design.
I love that final scene.
Yeah, and then the designs in GT were just. I loved Baby Vegeta and the Baby Uzaru Vegeta and Super Saiyan 4. The designs were just so cool. So GT. I appreciate GT. I like GT. I could say I like GT, but going back to what we said earlier, Daima in 20 episodes made the story a lot more interesting than GT did in 64 episodes.
Yeah.
It expanded where GT kind of kept it in the world. It was just kind of like the future, the continuation. Daima expanded the Dragon Ball universe. Mm-hmm. With the Demon Realm and all this new information that we got.
Yeah, because with like GT, like I see the similarities between GT and Daima, of course, and like it's pretty obvious that just like he did with Broly, it's just like he just wanted to tell the GT story, but through his eyes. But like for me, GT, like their answer to continuing the property was to like just go in space again, and they already did that with the Frieza arc.
Yeah.
But like Daima is like, well, let's just go to a completely different realm that exists outside, because like Super like upped it to doing like multiversal travel.
Yeah.
But then Daima, like, well, it's not even multiversal anymore. It's a realm that exists outside of
The
all
multiverse,
7 universes.
technically, yeah.
So it was a very nice like natural progression.
Yeah. No, I like you're saying, I see the similarities, but it's just this is the Toriyama version, like the Toriyama, what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I know he had some information. He did some designs for GT and things, but this is it, And going back to designs, like again, GT designs are so awesome. Like Super Saiyan 4 is fantastic, and one of the original sketches for Super Saiyan 4 had those monkey arms, those
Hell
big apes.
yeah.
You could see it right here. Those arms are a lot thicker and bigger compared to how he actually came out in the series.
Well, you had the same bloody designer, Katsuyoshi Nakatsu. So
Yeah.
if you've got him working on, again, he's one of the ones that was considered the closest to Toriyama as far as art style. You can see it. Because it's not just essentially my problem with Toyotaro to an extent is like it's like a copy, just like a surface level copy, as opposed to I understand what his mentality is. There's a very big difference to me.
That's perfectly
Toyotaro has like his own philosophy on musculature and anatomy and stuff, and it's not Toriyama.
No,
and like what's crazy about Toriyama is like if you were to ask like anybody, if you were to ask like people outside of anime and just like art people, like some people might even say that Toyotaro has a more natural grasp of anatomy closer to Toriyama, because Toriyama like he created like the muscles on Dragon Ball characters aren't real.
Yeah, look at this Super Saiyan 4 right here. Look at this muscle right over here, how it's angular. That's Toriyama right there. I know this wasn't his design.
That's Nakatsu who drew that.
Yeah. But you could see the square musculature. That is not natural,
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Whereas Toyotaro makes these real round, bubbly things, right?
And that's the thing. He's like what Panchisa said makes complete sense. It's Toyotaro. He understands the human form. Like the thing is, Toriyama understands the human form, but he knows how to stylize it. Basically, put it through a filter. That is Toriyama. Toyotaro doesn't have that filter. Like his filter is just he follows a more realistic human anatomy, which is great because to understand that is awesome. But the fact that you can do that in your own style, which what Toriyama does is like he knows it. That's why you can like. There's a thing that art in what teacher used to always tell me is like it's one thing to understand it, but then it's another to like you have to, in order to break to bend the rules, you have to know them. So he understands it, and that's why he can bend them. He can twist. Absolutely. He can twist form because he understands it. If you don't understand it, you won't know how to break that. You won't know how to stylize. Like to have your own style is so difficult because it's like you can't like when you see an artist, they go, "Oh, that's not how muscles work," and they go, "It's just my style." And I'm like, no, your style doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. Your style is you have to understand it, and that's how you know how to tweak it so that it still makes sense. It's just within this own universe that you've created, which is your style. Toriyama has that. He understands that. Toyotaro, he knows it, but I don't know if he's broken out of it. Like his face it feels like sterile, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't. It follows the formula. Like if you were just to look at Toriyama's style, you're like, it follows the basic formula. Like you see a lot of fan art that is done in a Toriyama style. It's like, it's in the style, but it doesn't have this life to it, if that makes sense.
Life.
And I feel like while Toyotaro is great, I think Nakatsu is better. He's always been better. Like if you've seen his To me, what solidified it for me was seeing his Dr. Slump artwork. The fact that it looks like Toriyama's drawing it, I was like, oh, he's amazing. Because Toriyama, when he draws Dr. Slump, it's very specific to him.
But I think Toyotaro is starting to understand that he can't do what
And
Toriyama does.
he shouldn't.
So
And
now
that's
you could see a lot of like his new covers that he's doing for Super and a lot of his own little artwork. It's in his style now. It's not
I prefer that though.
Me too.
I'd rather he do that. Like he's got obviously elements of Toriyama, which he should because you're drawing Dragon Ball. If you don't, what are you doing? But I'd rather him not try to emulate it because it's gonna be hard to achieve. If he just draw it in his style, which is obviously influenced by Toriyama, then why not? Just go at it. It's your story at this point now. Tell your story.
Yeah, because like when Toyotaro was drawing AF, that was like the closest he's ever gotten to Toriyama's art style.
Yeah,
and like that's like the reason that Toriyama
for sure
chose him as his protege is because like his AF comic was just like it was so close. But then that was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also imagine that process is much more free than a company letting you do it and then going like, hey man, make it a little more like what Toriyama would do. And then he just goes like, yeah, all right, I guess.
And I think you bring a good point, Rick and Pancheezy. If you look at the AF stuff, it looks more Toriyama than the actual Super stuff that he does, which is crazy.
The Super stuff, it feels sterile to me.
Super stuff it doesn't have that life to it.
No.
Sometimes they're just way too thin. The musculature looks weird.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes the faces, they're just
the faces is really where it sticks out.
I think it's something he does with the eyes. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I think he realized that around the Goku Black arc on the manga, he realized that, hey man, I got to do my own thing. And then I think during the Tournament of Power and even the Moro arc, it starts becoming his own type of way of doing things, and you can see it in the covers, man. And I like his covers. His covers are awesome.
They're rendered beautifully.
They're beautiful. They're something else. They're not Toriyama.
Did he design Moro?
I believe he and Toriyama did, but usually what they say about that is that it's basically him. It's basically him with Toriyama just gives him a couple notes.
I wasn't a lot of that Moro's design. I don't know. There's something about Moro's design. It doesn't vibe with me.
The Moro arc was cool though, man.
It's a good arc. I wasn't a fan of his design. There was something about it. I was like, because like anything that Toriyama does design wise, whether it be for Dragon Ball, for like any of the video games he's touched, you can instantly tell it's him, even if it's not. There's something about it. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it too much.
It's funny, like going what you're saying, even like his new characters, like where are you going here? Hibis and Goma, and even Warp Sama. These like very simple little dots and round faces, the big lips. It's becoming more. He's using that a lot more, and they're super simplified, but they still look like his work, and they still work. They still look good.
I prefer that. Again, like you don't have to overcomplicate designs to give your character more life. I feel like, I don't know, adding too much stuff to me. It's like streamlined designs are way more difficult to get across, because it's like it's a stronger. It has to be strong if it's simplified, right?
And I feel like he's probably doing that because there's so much fan art out there that tries to copy his style that he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna do something different. Something much more simplified. Big question here. They talked about this a little bit, and people are wondering, Rymus, the creator of everything. What do you guys think of Rymus? They talked about him a little. They like said a couple things, and they're like, we're gonna leave that there for later.
This later bull crap.
Yeah, it's again just to start thinking like is he like Zeno's father? Like, do we know?
Is he just Zeno in disguise?
Is he Zeno in disguise? Yeah.
Zeno
Zeno's
from the
a-
future,
Yeah.
a future version.
You know,
What was
this
the past?
he basically didn't he create the demon realm or something along those lines? He's the first kind of his kind.
Mm. The only of
Yeah.
his kind, right? Is it
Yeah.
the first or only? I forget.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just hinted at it a little bit, and you know, they can make a lot more stories with him now.
I mean, to me, I'm just like, it's just Zeno in another form, because Zeno is he's such a clown that it doesn't almost like, yeah, this form, I want to look like this now because it's fun.
Oh, that'd be, you know
That
what?
sounds like a very
Yeah,
It
is.
you know,
Zeno.
that's a very Toriyama thing, but it's also, it seems like that's what Zeno would be. It's like, oh, why do I look like this? I feel like it right now.
Yeah, you're right. But
I
that goes
mean,
back to like the Super Saiyan 4 explanation. It's always going to be something like that, and then
Yeah, but it's
all
like,
these
okay,
people like going back and forth with theories, and all of a sudden it's just this little thing.
it's
But
as
yeah.
simple as that. It's like, why do you look like that? I feel like it looks cool.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
this. It's a helmet. You know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
think
Like,
so? Mhm.
it's like, I wanted to look. I saw this cartoon. It was great. I wanted to copy it. Simple as that. It's like, of course it's that. Of course
Yeah.
it's that reason. You know, everyone's got theories. Like, no, it's that. Sometimes it's the dumbest thing. You're like, okay, that makes sense. It's got to be that.
Yeah, you sit there and you make a wild theory,
Mhm.
and then it ends up being the most ridiculous, like simple answer, and they're like, yeah, okay.
Gotta remember, man. Toriyama started off doing gag manga.
Yeah.
That's why I love Dr. Slump so much.
All right, favorite moments. What do you guys think? Is it the shower thing, the
I
bubble
think
bath?
it's one of the funniest in all
Yeah.
of Dragon Ball canon.
He
dude.
was
Yeah.
he was quick with it too. He's
He
like,
was
huh?
so quick.
What an
Yep.
what an what an
You guys-
absolute Toriyama fucking joke.
100% Toriyama.
This is a
That thing is
fucking
amazing.
bubble bath, man.
Yeah.
But you understand him exactly. It's like, yeah, of course it makes sense.
Yeah.
Of course it makes sense.
They kept talking a little bit about Vegeta and his romance kind of. I think Hibis in one of the parts when they're in one of the ships, he's like, "Oh, so you like you know," he says, "You like womanly parts or something like that," and he's like, "Huh?" When he's talking about why he wanted to be like Bulma's boyfriend or something like that,
Yeah.
something along those lines. So
He's a man of culture. I get it.
yeah, but it just goes to show that Vegeta has changed quite a bit, and his weakness is
Heck yeah, dude.
his wife is everything to him. His wife and his family, it's everything. Like
He listened to Guile. He went home and became a family man.
Yeah.
It's true.
You know?
and while Goku doesn't give a damn about his family, that guy is just like
Because,
guy.
I mean, he's a perpetual child. He's also, you know, he's all about fighting. That's honestly it. That's what he's been. It's like his character hasn't changed much since Dragon Ball. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's been the same character. He aged, but that's
Yeah.
it. He's still that kid who likes to fight.
all right. Where things changed, conclusion. We talked a little bit about this at the end, it just turned it up a notch and became, you know, Dragon Ball Daima in the beginning is very Dragon Ball, then it had little hints of GT, and at the end it became Z, like insane fights, and I feel this is the scene that changed everything. Like after this beautiful piece right here
Oh yeah.
of them going into the demon realm and then going against the army. One of the things that happened was like they were using those weapons, and you're like, why are those weapons hurting them? You know, they're supposed to be so strong. But later on, you kind of find out that their power level, but their power, so when them being mini really did decrease how strong they were, like dramatically.
Yeah.
Because when Vegeta becomes an adult again, he's just like,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
God I'm back. Boom, 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 boom. And it's like, whoa. And like I like that they kind of explained that with just that. They're like, yeah, this is the reason why like they were a little bit weaker than you're used to.
I guess they understood it's like with Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and on Super, it's like powers just get beyond. It's like they become way too OP, so the
Mhm.
villainous becomes that much stronger. It's like, well, instead of that, we'll just bring them back. Where technically they still have the knowledge of how to fight, they just don't have the strength. Really, it's just their strength
Yeah.
is decreased. So now they're not so OP.
Yeah, they have the knowledge, not the ability. And also like it makes for a more interesting story. If these guys were fighting an army of dudes that couldn't do shit to them, like
Yeah,
what are you gonna do? Watch them like throw around 100 guys for like 2 episodes? Like,
yeah. It's
like
won't be as, won't be as entertaining.
yeah, we had a big back and forth with a fellow ACBA admin, David Walton, who just could not get over the fact that these damn guns were like hurting them so much. I'm like, dude, it's just a show. Like, it has to be interesting. Like, these guys have to do something. These guys, they have to do some level of shit to them. Like, people always make the argument with Star Wars, like, man, like, why the fuck is this army like so strong? They miss everything. Like, I don't think you're meant to think about it like that. I don't think
it's like when people say like, oh, if he knew Super Saiyan 3, why didn't he just turn Super Saiyan 3 in the beginning? It's like, when have you watched Dragon Ball when they just go straight to their final form?
Yeah.
Like,
how,
that's how it's always been. They
Yeah.
they test it out, or it's just building anticipation. Like, it's
Yeah.
just building story. Like,
Yeah,
they're not gonna go. Goku's not gonna. Dragon Ball Daima wouldn't happen if Goku just goes, yeah, I'm gonna turn Super Saiyan 4. We're done. Peace.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Episode
don't
2.
want to. I don't want to see Goku turn Super Saiyan 3 as a child and insta kill the fucking Tamagamis. That's not fun.
No.
Yeah.
Like, that
Yeah.
sounds awful. Like, I don't know. Like, could he do it? Yeah, I guess. But like, when has he ever done that in the past? Like,
No.
I don't know. People don't know what they're watching sometimes.
Rick Jones, don't worry. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on. We're almost in the 2-hour mark. I know. Thank you guys so much for your time. I know it's a long stream, but we're almost there. We're
We're
almost there.
talking Daima, man. It's fun.
We're talking Diamond. We're talking Dragon Ball. I love for this show and this creator. Old versus new design.
Mm.
Which one do you prefer?
That old one is classic, but man, I love the new one. That red and the
Mm.
bigger arms. It's
The
just
bigger arms for me is what
Yeah.
got me. I was like, yes, he's an ape.
yeah.
This
When I see he
makes
turned
way
red,
more sense. Mhm.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would add to the new design is if he had a belt.
Mhm.
Oh,
Like, but I understand why it doesn't, obviously. But like,
I'm
I
glad
would
he
like.
doesn't have the belt because it's in the new suit, it's above it, and he takes
Yeah, of
it
course,
off.
it wouldn't
So
make
it's like,
sense.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just yeah.
You know,
Instead
but one thing that was weird was when he turned Super Saiyan 4 Mini, and then when Goma reduces power, he gets
Yeah,
his clothes back.
I know.
I was like, what? Like, what happened there? And then he rips it off again when he comes adult. He does. He throws
'Cause
it
it
up.
looked- he needed it so he could do that shot,
You
bro.
do that crazy ass like swing.
Which
It's like-
is awesome, by the way.
It was perfect for that.
What was it episode 19 when he went all forms? I was like, that's
Yeah. Oh,
wicked.
it was an homage to the Majin Buu Super
Yeah.
Saiyan 3. You know.
But wow.
And again,
to see
shout
all
out-
of that.
Shout out to Nozawa to be screaming like that at that age,
yeah.
dude. That's
Yeah.
Killed it.
But yeah, this the designs, Nakatsura designs here, amazing. Just I still like the GT version of the Kid Goku. There's something about it. I think the structure of the face, I like it a little bit. It's not as alien-esque as the Daima version, but again, I still like both of them. And then we have the kid, the mini Goku with the bigger arms.
hell yeah.
And
Everybody
I'm with
threw it
you.
in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. Like I'm with you. The bigger arms, it's at first was a little like weird, but now I'm like, yeah, it looks so much better.
Looks so much better. It makes all the sense in the world.
Yes.
Yeah, the forearm hair. I at first I thought it was a little interesting, different. My eyes had to get used to it, and now I like it a lot more too. Like it goes more with that chest piece, you
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
the roundness there compared to the chest piece there. They added that little bit of that spike on the chest as well of the hair,
That's fun.
which is interesting. The original design, yeah. Original design had the 6-pack kind of going all the way down, the 4-pack, I guess. And then they added the hair fur, but they did
I
that
like
in
that
GT too.
Yeah, I like that it's only like in the chest and the top abdomen section.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Brownie Jacob. Dope stream. Thanks.
Thank you, Brownie
Um,
Jacob. That's another OG name.
And here we have the character sheets by Nakatsuru.
The figure
With
looks exact. They knocked that figure out, man.
yes, yeah. And, you know, I was talking to you about it. I was like, I kind of want to get 2.
It's tempting. I don't want to though. I don't want to double up.
What if you get 2 and put a mini Vegeta head faceplate on there? You know, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Change, get that torso, put it on the Vegeta pants. Yeah,
Ultra
yeah.
Super 4 Vegeta.
yeah.
Blonde hair.
You guys picked this up, everybody? I know Chamba did. You guys picked this up?
Yeah. I opened up Piccolo today.
Oh, nice. You got the
Oh,
clock with cape.
I gotta pick that one
Yeah.
up.
Dude, it's so good.
I know.
I love these little
Awesome.
figures.
They're fun.
Yeah, I always have my Vegeta here at my desk. Like, this is just a fun figure just to mess around with all the time.
Yeah. You know, it
Everyone
reminds
pre-order
me.
this one?
What happened?
Everyone pre-order this one? Vegeta Super Saiyan 3?
Oh, I haven't, but I need to.
I got 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
You got 2 for that one, okay.
I got 2 for that one. Yeah,
Not 3?
I should have Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, 3
right?
for 3?
3
Come
for
on, bro.
3.
I had to. I got it before the premium Bandai free shipping ran out.
Oh, we went
Ah,
up.
smart.
See, you
I
got
bought
that,
that
you guys in a
That
minute.
expensive ass Goma too. Ugh.
Yuck.
Nah, that's
Pricey.
I don't want. It's too pricey.
It's too pricey. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw somebody had the Instamashi put up an opening video, right? For
Of
Goma?
Goma?
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's already. Okay. Is he out soon?
No.
No, yeah, that's what was
It was-
strange.
Oh, it's the
It's
opening
because
video.
the pre-order window was closing soon.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
this
that makes
So they
Yeah.
probably wanted to get more people to pre-order it because
makes sense.
maybe,
Well,
maybe
if they
many
want to get more people, lower that price just a smidge, man. Because
I was
ain't
talking
coming
to the
with
band, even the band guys. A lot of them think it's expensive, you know, for
Yeah,
what it
well,
is. You know, this was an interesting design.
That was wild, yeah.
Yeah, because everybody thought like it's gonna look like that one over there, the fan made one, and it basically
I think the real one to me, it's funnier because it's again,
Right.
it's got this
funny.
goofiness to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, come
Yeah,
on, I still can't take the fan one seriously. Look at his lips.
yeah.
It almost stands
Yeah.
out too much.
But you know, I like that they made him like even like his is not Jiren because it's much more like wide bodied and smaller legs, like it's just wider. But I just think it was goofy because he has that same round ass face
That's
on
what's
his
funny
body.
about
You
it.
know?
I just think his size was way crazier than I would have expected.
Yeah,
Because he was massive.
and he kept getting bigger. Like I feel like he got bigger every episode.
There were certain shots in episode 20 though where he was only like double Goku size.
Yeah, Wolf.
So I'm like inconsistent in size. I mean, if they make a figure of that one, I guess you could just do a double the height.
Yeah, because there's
Or
plenty
not.
of shots where he's just like double.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, inconsistent. But you know, it's animation. What are you gonna do, right?
It's very true.
Yeah. No, it was definitely a shock when I saw him and he's just his head with that body. I was just like, what? But
This is so goofy.
again, just like most of the designs, it takes a while to get used to. But when you get used to it, I like it better. I like it this way. I like that it came out this way. Like if he was this buff guy with that big chin, the strong chin, and everything, kind of like what they did. Kind of like what they did with Moro. They made him into basically like looks like Cell. Like when he got
Yeah,
that-
see, I didn't
And I'm
like
like,
that form
I
because
didn't
I'm like,
like it.
you just
That was
changed
fan
his face
made.
completely. I'm like, he was
Yeah.
unique before that, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh great, now he's just another
Yep.
generic-ish guy with the horns now.
Well, I was gonna say, it's not to disrespect because I love what he's done. But like that picture over there on the left, that looks like what Toyotaro would have done
Yep.
Yeah,
if he'd had it, which is what what he did with Moro. Like, I don't know, this feels so much more Toriyama to just have that same silly fucking bulbous face on that ridiculously like fat buff body. Like,
but it's like an inflated buff. It's not even
Yeah.
just like muscular buff. It's like everything's just pumped up.
yeah,
Yeah.
What a goof.
I think they did it with Gas too. Gas got like kind of the form that was like, all right, it kind of looks generic again. But before we go on to the next slide, if you guys want to join into the giveaway, which is the Dragonball Daima shirt, It's gonna be simple. Just type 1 in the chat, and then we're gonna be doing the rolling of the wheel spin, and then whoever wins. It has to be US based, and you must be a subscriber. Okay, at least give me a subscription, man.
Hey, give us some numbers, man.
And then if any of you guys want to join, you're more than welcome to join. It's a shirt, if you guys win, it's not rigged or anything. So,
What's the size?
let me tell you,
It should be a Print Star XL.
it's still in package. I can't.
You can't even see it. Dang.
It should be the one that my shirt is on, which is a Print Star XL.
Let's see.
Star.
There's no tag.
Oh, wow.
There's no tag? What?
Tagless.
All right, guys, I'm gonna just take it so I can see if there's a tag. Tagless.
Tagless.
Never
been worn.
Guys.
Never been worn though. Remember that.
Never been worn. Still,
Fresh.
I'm opening it up now just to see the thing. There's nothing. No tag, guys.
All right.
Fresh out the
Yeah, it's a good
tag.
quality. It's a heavyweight shirt too. Has a New York Comic Con 2024 imprint in there and stuff. So, yeah, if you want to join in the giveaway, just type 1 in the chat. Got to be a subscriber, and then we're gonna be doing the rolling of the wheel in a little bit. We're almost done here. So,
Beautiful.
all right. Well, what was that, Rick?
I said beautiful. It's beautiful. It's fantastic.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, and if nobody, this is kind of weird, I know, but if nobody joins into the giveaway, I'm giving it to Pancheezy because I owe him a shirt because I gave one to Rick.
If nobody enters, it's his.
Rick Domjo entered.
Don't count me. I don't count. Somebody else that isn't me.
There you go.
Or any of them.
No, go. Sorry, cancel what I just said because 2 people.
Sorry, Poncho. You fucking
Poncho,
lost.
sorry.
Poncho's making a bucket. He's going to all the partner YouTube accounts.
SOBs.
One.
Poncho, put 1 in there as well. You might win the shirt that might have been yours.
It would have been yours.
What do I got to do? A 1?
I just typed in a 1. Yeah, I just typed in a 1.
Let's
Make
go.
it easy.
I'm
Let's
gonna
see
put
who
a 1 in.
wins.
I'm not in
US,
but
US only. Sorry, but
Yeah,
I'll give it to
Send it
Cheney.
to Cheney. Yeah, send it to Cheney.
All right. It's gonna be one of you guys. Watch.
There's too many. Please, other people enter. We're
Yeah,
gonna
please,
fucking win.
Granny Jacob G.
We're gonna fucking win.
No, but you know what? We got 22 likes, which is awesome. At one
That's
point, there was
great.
like 18 people watching,
Yeah.
almost 20 people watching. That's more than I
awesome.
thought for like a stream that
About Dragon
talking
Ball.
about Dragon Ball, especially when my page focuses on toys. So it's interesting. It's
That's
cool.
true. That's true.
But yeah, this is what I want this to do. I want to do this like at least maybe once a month or something, and just talk about things other than toys with a little bit of toy sprinkled in. That's it.
Yeah.
Fan art theories. We kind of talked about this. I just wanted to show you guys some of these weird designs.
That's too. Come on, don't do that.
Bro, I found SSJ5 in Dragon Ball Daima.
Yeah, all right, sure.
My
This is
favorite
just
is
like-
they got the
read
filter
one-
over there.
Get out of here.
They got
Dude,
the
that-
filter and shit.
That Goku face is
Nah.
absolutely
That's Dragon Ball
awesome.
Super right there. That's Dragon Ball Super face is right there.
Yeah. That's one of those background shots where it's like a small Goku at the back, so you zoom into it, it looks garbage.
Dude, I live for like accounts on Twitter or Instagram where like all they do is like focus in like on Luffy like 1,000 feet away with like a little like
Yeah.
squished up face or like a Vegeta face where he's just like
Yeah.
those
You
are
do
my
it with
fucking
Pokemon
favorites.
all the time, and it's the best.
Those are the best ones. The Pokemon
Mhm.
accounts that does it. Like
Here's
look at
some
Mudkip's face 100 miles away.
It's
here's some
hilarious.
other ones. Like they said that Marba was gonna turn to Imagine Marba. There's
Not
gonna be
the
Imagine
Imagine
Fusion. Imagine
Imagine Fusion
Rinsu.
is fun. These are fun.
You know what though? That Majin Ku actually happened. He does get the cape like that.
He does.
He does.
Yeah, he got the
It
cape.
does. But
Yeah.
no, not because of this.
But no, yeah, it wasn't this guy. This guy's taking all the credit though. He's on his socials right now. Like, told you.
Which is crazy because this thing was animated like you know what I mean?
Yeah, forever ago.
A while ago. So take your credit, man.
I knew it. I just had a feeling the cape.
Called
It's a cape. It's a cape. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna leave that. Can I move this? Can I move
No,
this down?
no, you can't.
Covering poncho. I don't want it.
No. It's just
Totally covering your face. Let me move myself
All
down.
right.
a little.
Well,
There we
never
go.
mind.
put me down there. I
There
can
you
look up because I'm in the top anyway. So just
Let's see. Comment. Brad Harper's in there. All right, cool, man. Brad, thanks,
Bradley
man. Thanks for
Harper.
being part of this. Bro.
Sharper than
I
Harper.
will say, if you go back to the previous slide,
Yeah.
I kind of have a feeling that if Toriyama ever knew that he was doing the last Dragon Ball thing he would ever do,
he would make him Monkey King.
I would see him bringing it right back and doing something that would tie it back even closer.
Yeah, to the Monkey King,
to the
100%.
Monkey King.
Yeah. If he was gonna put an actual like this is
The full
end,
stop.
yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
like, because it would be full circle at that point.
Yeah.
I would love it.
I was watching. Sorry, Rick. Yeah.
I was
go
gonna say,
ahead.
did we ever learn if his cause was sudden or not?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I don't think we ever learned. I don't think we ever learned because the Japanese
He's
would.
always been super private. So
Yeah. Like it wasn't like with like where we knew. Well, I guess they had to say it because everybody was worried. But like when Kentaro Miura died, they let everybody know like, oh, we knew. And
He's
he
always
told
been
his-
sick though.
Yeah, he's always been sickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like he told his protege everything.
Yeah.
Just
Oh
in
yeah,
case he
they were.
passed away. Like
That's why he got a team of artists. He formed a studio for this specific
Studio Gaga.
purpose.
Yeah.
And they've been illustrating Berserk for fucking years already.
Yeah, a long time.
Mhm.
And it was
Yeah,
funny
so-
because it was like a meme. People would be like, "Oh, a new Idolmaster game." Like that's
Yeah.
why he's not around. But it was
No,
just because
yeah.
he was sick. He's always
Yeah, he
been a
was sick.
sickly-
He was just
sickly
he was
guy.
not. His body couldn't do it. So
Yeah.
it sucks for the But I don't. I think this one wasn't like people knew. I think it sounded like it was sudden because
Yeah.
again, if it wasn't sudden, he probably would have prepared for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like it was sudden. They didn't say, but I think it's when you read between the lines, pretty obvious that
Yeah,
he was
which
probably
is
a sudden.
it's just unfortunate. Every time I remember that he's gone, I'm like, God, man, it sucks.
I
Yeah,
know.
For sure.
It's fucking depressing.
I hate it. I'm gonna read
I would-
Dr. Slump again. Look at these fan arts.
Yeah, they went all out, dude. And
The
now,
old
you know,
nude one is. I'm not feeling the
I
old
cannot-
nude one.
I
Oh,
cannot
man.
believe that the nude one got so much traction. Like when people
Really?
were I saw
Oh,
so
man.
many people sharing the SHF version of it. I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah,
What are we
the
doing?
AI ones, right?
yeah,
we
there
had
we
like
go.
the naked
That's
kneecap.
the one.
there you go.
Yeah.
I love this. Yo, this thing, like, I posted this, and it's a lot. I still keep getting likes for it all the time. Like people are like,
You
oh
know what?
man,
If Kong Studio was Beast Deities, they probably would have made this thing.
they could put a wolf
Oh,
head on
yeah.
this, and
yeah.
boom,
No,
you got
yeah,
the wolf
it'd be
head.
Fenrir?
A wolf
wolf
head with
man.
no paint on anything. It's
The,
what,
the,
the
the
bookmark?
kneecaps is what gets me, dude. It's like, yeah, you know, for
Dude, those
everywhere except the
kneecaps are
knees.
something
Like,
else, man.
what?
The kneecaps
they
are
need,
so goofy.
That's the secret sauce.
they
But he's
need
still
to
got
make-
boots on. Like if for
He's
some
got the
reason,
boots.
if you're nude but you have boots on, you're even more nude. I don't get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
True,
Yeah, no, I think this was hilarious. Shout out to Hernan27 or whatever that created this. Yeah, so the future. Do you guys think? What do you think is gonna happen with the future of Dragon Ball? What's gonna happen? Do you think that somehow, again, shout out to Tablos out there in Spain. Do you think that somehow the demonic power of Super Saiyan 4 and the angelic power of Ultra Instinct are going to combine together and create Super Saiyan 5?
I will say, like, it would not surprise me. Because like
Yeah.
Toyota has been
Yep.
he has
yep.
been slipping in so much of his manga into Super. Like it's to the point where you can't ignore it anymore. Like it was like little references here and there all the way up to like Tournament of Power.
Mhm.
But like with like his newest stuff, especially like the Gohan and like the newest chapter with like Gohan and Trunks being like superheroes,
Yeah.
that is all from AF. Like 100, like even down to like the side characters. So like And that was even with Toriyama like reining him in.
Yeah.
So like now that he's been given like somewhat like total creative control over the manga, like he might just go off and just say whatever.
It's gonna be AF.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring back Super Saiyan 4. I'm gonna stack UI over it, and then he's gonna have white hair.
Well, it makes sense though.
Yeah,
it makes sense now. Like it's the demonic power, which is not demonic power, demon power, because now you know that he trained for it. But hey, we're gonna just say it. And the angelic power I'm mixing together to create this. It makes sense, but watch out. Tablos is gonna go after him though. You know that guy didn't even like with Bestiades created a figure of his shit, so he was not into that.
He's got the paperwork to prove it.
See, I was awarded.
I love it. I love it.
It's literally like if Chris Chan tried to sue Sega, like for making a Sonichu, like because he has a copyright granted to him by the city of Virginia or by the state of Virginia. Like, who cares?
Yo, shout out to him for making a name for himself by just like having a fan art that was in a video game magazine and then it blowing up everywhere. Like that's how
that's all it took.
It was literally a fan art that he created. He put it on a video game magazine in Spain called Hobby Consolas, which is a big video game magazine back in the day. And people saw it and they started sharing it and it blew up and it became Super Saiyan 5 or Tablos, you know. So they even have a figure of it, and I bought all of them. Like I like them too. I like them. I like how crazy it is.
For Spain, huh?
Of course, my people. But yeah, like that, and what do you guys think? More arc going to be animated? Are they going to skip it, or what? It's all up in the air. What would you guys like?
Yeah.
Actually, no. What would you guys like to see?
I mean, if it wasn't for Capsule Corp and that whole bullshit that's happening right now, I think we'd have it. I think we'd have it. But you know what? It's almost helping us right now because we're stacking so much story that we're not gonna hit. I don't think that wall that we did with Super the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's just Shueisha. Just their official statement is like they just don't want to run out of material to animate. So like they're just letting it ride until what they have like 5-6 arcs to animate. I don't know.
And in all fairness, like once they get to the point that they're going to animate it, they can change a lot of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it could be just as a loose adaptation of it at that point, which honestly, that's not a bad thing because if you think about it, like I know committee writing isn't exactly the best, but sometimes getting other points of views can increase something in a point where it can be better. But yeah, I think at this point, for me anyways, it's just time will tell. I'm as far as the manga goes, I'm such a casual on the manga because I'm like, to me, it's like with a lot of comics, unless the creator themselves are writing it, it's just legal fan fiction.
I can see that.
I mean, I'm talking about with like Batman, Spider-Man. The only true ones are written by the ones that created it. In all fairness, sure, we can get a lot of great stories from there. And I know people can go, that's a garbage way of thinking things. But I'm like, yeah, there's not a problem with it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but
yeah, you're not using that term in like a derogatory way.
No, not at all.
Like you're putting them down or something. Or...
No, not at all. Not at all. It is legal fan fiction. It's like you're a fan of the property, you're a fan of the actual characters, you have a story for them, and it's official, so it's official fan fiction. That's great, and you can enjoy it. I'm not saying to not enjoy it, but with the manga and stuff, it's like, yeah, if it happens, if they turn it into the anime, great. If they don't, I'm not at any loss because I've read all the stuff that Toriyama wrote, and if I want to read some more Dragon Ball stuff or some more Toriyama stuff, I'll just go reread that.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, if you hated it or you didn't like it, you wouldn't be reading it. Like you wouldn't be watching it. Exactly. I would just be like, I'm done with it now. It's like I'll never be done with it. I've got the mangas. I'll always go back to it. Do you know what I mean?
And we as fans of it, we always create like these theories that we have. That's fan fiction. So I'm not going to look down on somebody who's getting legally paid to write fan fiction. That's crazy. What a goal. But they have to understand that it is fan fiction still too. Fans have to understand, like all the theories that people write, that's all fan fiction. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, that's why it's like, as a consumer as well, as a fan of it, I don't have to be like, yeah, that's it. I can be like, yeah, okay, that's cool, but I also don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So the futures, it could be anything. It could be nothing. They could just be like, we're not going to animate anymore. Like, he's still going to write the manga, but that's going to be it. This is done. We're done.
Or it could be Heroes, where they just do whatever the hell they want.
Exactly. That one's like pure fan fiction. It's like,
that,
we
that
love
is
the
just
universe.
like, this looks cool. Let's put it out. This looks cool. Let's put it out.
And there's some cool characters in Heroes, by the way.
Yeah.
Great designs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not part of Toriyama. It was like, who's that? It's like, I didn't draw that. It's like, yeah.
I think if they don't want to animate new things, they should go back and reanimate the whole thing.
Dude.
Like,
reanimate Dragon Ball like they did in the intro of Superhero.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oof.
Like, reanimate the whole
fucking dream.
Do you want to get, because Daima, one of the big things with Daima was to get young kids into Dragon Ball. Like, that was one of the biggest things. They wanted people like us to get their children and stuff into it. And trust me,
people like, why are they kids? I'm like, because kids want to watch other characters that are kids, dude. It just makes sense.
It works. My kids love it, dude. My son, all my children love it. My 2-year-old, he likes listening to Jacka Jan almost every day. And he has a funny name for Goku. He calls him Woku. So like,
not the Woku.
He's a woke ass Goku. Like,
dang.
So I always think of that. And my son, my older son, we're gonna be watching one day whenever the dub comes out fully. We're gonna watch the whole thing nonstop. Try to watch the whole thing nonstop with the dub. So,
how far is the dub?
The dub is not that far. I don't know, but I know that they're taking forever. Like, they're like,
he just went Super Saiyan last week. That's how far.
Dang. They're behind then, huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
And they got the power poles, and they play with the power poles. It's fun, man. It's like it's good for the kids, you know, to have Daima.
Check out the figure of the month video from 20.
Oh yeah, check that out.
Great video, like, I love it.
The baby's in it. Yeah.
Love it.
All right, so yeah, just the figures. What figures would you guys like to see? We talked about Super Saiyan 4. We talked about this thing.
I don't want to see that.
You know what do you look? I want this too. I want this to be a Beast Deities with a wolf head. Like, it's perfect. You know,
the wolf head.
A flesh crutch piece, right? Since he's got his kneecap to the flesh as well.
Yeah, but it's like a cast on, so you can take it off if you want to.
Of course, that's the point.
I'd love it to have removable boots, so it has like his feet.
Oh, he's got his toesies.
Book would love that. No?
The grippers, yeah.
Dang.
But what would be a figure that you would like to see from Daima in Figuarts form?
Probably the Tamagamis, just because, like we said earlier, they're so toyetic. But as a personal, like a ridiculous one that they would never make would be a Hebus. I'd love that.
Yeah.
With the hat, removable hat, you know.
Yes, dude.
I feel like they would make that like a static figure, though. Like,
yeah,
I'm fine with that. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Kind of like what they did with the Sandland figures, where there's like Yo, I still gotta buy that. That thing was like $45 on Amazon. I gotta pick that up.
Is it?
Yeah,
I want a new. Obviously, I want adult Goku Super Saiyan 4, but I'd also just like a new Super Saiyan 3 with update, like, because I know they've got the adult forms of Goku and Vegeta coming out, and I'm like, those are new engineering, those are new sculpts. Use those bucks, that engineering to make a new Vegeta Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 3, and make a new Goku Super Saiyan 3. Because I didn't pick up the old one, but it doesn't matter because, like, he's here there, so just do this version. I'll take him.
Yeah. How about you, Pancho?
I mean, everyone is my blanket answer.
That's true.
How about one of everything?
Yeah,
one of everything.
Honestly,
yeah.
But Yeah, Tamagamis, honestly.
Yeah.
It's so toyetic,
or
dude.
Ku and Do.
Yeah,
Honestly.
heck yeah, Kuendu.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you. Tamagamis, and I'm interested to see what they would do with King Goma. I would love to see what they would do with him. Like how big would they make it?
He needs to be Ozaru Vegeta size.
Ozaru Vegeta.
I think so. Yeah.
But I think as a toy, he'd look cool, man. Like big,
Oh,
big
absolutely.
version of him. You know,
Absolutely.
I think he'd look great.
You know, Ku is like so doable because I just had to go double check. Because the bottom half could just be whenever you do Kid Buu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those pants look exactly the same. I'm like comparing, like it looks super close.
You know,
I just wonder how many figures they have scheduled for Daima before they like take a break.
Yeah.
Because
like what they did with Super.
Yeah, because like it's very obvious, it's very clear that they have like a solid block of Daima figures lined up already. And I just wonder when that's going to be over, and then who they're going to continue with after that, because like the fallout from that, from people who don't like Daima, is going to be massive. Like if you thought people complain now about Daima figures taking up slots, like it'll never end.
Yeah, imagine we got Daima figures coming out next year. People are going to fucking... We still don't have Goten and Trunks.
They'll get there.
Yeah. I know. It's so insane. They'll get there.
I'm impatient. I'm like, dude, consider like aren't you thankful that you have a break? Your wallet's got a break.
Yeah, I know.
Like it sucks for us because we're into this, so it's like, oh great, we got to get all these things now too, on top of the ones that they're eventually going to release. So
I'm wondering if they're gonna really come out with Glorio and Pansy. Like they keep showing them, but I don't know.
And like they didn't show this guy, and he's up already.
Yeah,
they didn't show already. He's up already.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? We're all suckers. We're gonna probably take all of them. You know.
Yeah, that's a give. That's a gift.
So,
come on.
Yeah. Was it enough? 20 episodes. Was it enough for you guys, or were you guys like my kid that said, "I hate this show because it's not enough"? He wanted more.
Rick and I talked about this.
Yeah.
If it was 25 episodes, that would have been perfect.
Yeah, like a typical two cur anime 25. I think it would have been like absolutely perfect at 25. 24, 25 would have been perfect.
I'm happy with 20.
Yeah.
But like 25 or even 22 would have
I'm
been.
fine with 20. I'm just, 20 is good. It's better than, it's better than 14. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh God, that would have been so awesome.
I'm glad that it's still like it's substantial. Like a lot happened, and so I was satisfied. The story ended. It didn't feel rushed. That was my main thing. I'm like, so long as they don't rush it, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. And I selfishly, obviously, I like Lago's kid. I'd love more, just because I'm selfish. I want more Toriyama stories, but we can't have that, and so I'm just thankful that we got what we did. Look at him. Look at all of them there, dude. Give me figures of all of the ones there. Thanks.
Even Boo. Like, just,
that's what I mean. Look up, dude, like a little jelly. Come on.
Yeah, man. I want that little Mr. Popo.
Dude,
that
Mr. Popo, infinitely better just without the, with these horns sticking out.
Yeah.
Like how can his design change so much just without the hat? It's crazy with the turban.
I'm just glad they didn't make him blue like they did with the American version.
Yeah,
that's a real Jinx move.
Dude, he's a demon. I mean, what?
He's always been a Jin. Like
that's
always.
Exactly. Always. But people like that's not cool. I'm like, what? He's got just pitch black skin. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's just making something out of nothing sometimes, Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I think for me, it was a nice small package, and it was easily accessible, easy to watch. The pacing was good enough for me. I really liked it. I thought it was wonderful, and I think, going back what Chamba said, it's so Toriyama in it. It was at the end. It just felt very Toriyama. It felt like this is what he wanted to leave us, and he didn't just leave us with Super with Ultra Instinct, Ultra this, fighting. no, he left us with this like goofy little ending and
Bit of silliness, you know.
the silliness, and you got to see them bit adult again for a good amount of episodes. They got to do their forms as adults. They got their time to shine as adults. Vegeta had his fight. Goku had his fight. So I think it was, I feel bad for the Gohan fans, but they got a whole freaking movie.
Superhero.
I was gonna say,
one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, when we didn't know anything about the show and they just showed the trailers and whatnot, I thought we were gonna get a lot of Baby Roshi.
Oh yeah,
Because he was in a lot of like the early promotional
You're
stuff.
right. You're right.
Well, he was in the first episode or two. I'm like, he's cool.
I want figures of every single one of them. How about that?
Yeah, I do too.
Every single one.
Yeah, same.
Oh,
Sonic
Disney.
and the Bean Show. I actually enjoyed the series a lot. I've seen people say it was horrible and hated Super Saiyan 4, but I don't know, man. I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, everybody has the right to hate, whatever. If it's gonna, just because they're small, I guess that could turn people off. But if you really watch it, or at least like if you're into like the fighting and stuff, watch the last 4 episodes. You'll be happy.
Yep,
you'll be happy. That satisfies that aspect of it. And that's about it. That's we're at the end of the stream, man. And we put in a good amount of work here. We almost at 3 hours. Sorry guys. I'm sorry if you didn't think you were gonna sign up for
I didn't realize it was 3 hours.
Almost. Yeah. One last thing. If anybody wants to join this last chance to join in the giveaway for the shirt, just type in a 1 at the chat. And we're gonna spin the wheel in a little bit.
Yeah, spin the choice, baby.
Yeah.
Spin.
All right. Spin the wheel. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being part of this. My first live stream doing this, and I wanted it to be something special, and I'm glad I can do this with you guys because I felt like we'd hit it off talking about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I could feel your passion when you talk about it on your shows, and I just felt like it'd be great to have all 4 of us talk about this stuff. So
we didn't get a chance to talk about this often too. So
yeah, and so let's see. I guess that's it. So most of the people in this giveaway are you guys? One of us might win. One of you guys might win.
Lago, put a 1 in there. Put a 1 in there.
I'm gonna put it. I win. I keep in mind. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna
Sorry,
put a 1 in there.
Poncho.
If I win, it's going to Poncho.
Nice.
There you go.
So 2 for Poncho. Let's see.
Look at that.
Let's see.
Damn,
Poncho's
Poncho's
gotta
gonna bring
win.
out a burner account.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Again, you have to be US and you have to be a follower, a subscriber on the internets. Share screen. Wheel of names. Share. Okay, here we go. Should we do last person or should we do the first one wins? What do you guys think?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Why not first? Wait, last one. How does that work?
You just keep spinning until there's only one name left.
One left, yeah.
Oh, you can do it that way. Sure, there's not a lot of names.
And I mean, honestly, it gives anybody a good chance to win because I think if
That's
you just
true.
pick once, like it's game over. Like,
Okay, here we go. Ready? Spin that wheel. Let's see who's out. Who's the first one out? Pancheesy's the first one out.
no! Never mind. First person.
No worry.
to win.
You've got another chance though. You got another chance.
Oh
with
yeah,
Lago.
he's Lago.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
Lago too. He's
I
Lago.
could have won if we just went with the first.
Yeah, dang.
We have a winner? No, I don't think so. Brayden.
Dang.
Oh man, I kind of feel like I really want him to win. So
Well, again, it's got to land on you, Lago. Last.
all right.
You
Let's
gotta
go,
survive.
Lago. Let's see if I win, we win it for you. Let's see.
And then you're the second one out. You're like,
Oh, Collector 425. What's up, man? Thanks for coming.
sorry.
Sonic.
Damn.
And the
Sonic
Bean
Beans
Show.
Out, man.
Thank you so much for joining the giveaway, man. But it's a no-go. Why is my name so much bigger? That's
Dude,
weird.
yeah,
I
what's
have no
going on
idea.
here?
What is up with that?
Lago.
Why does it do that?
Just
Okay.
4 letters. That's why.
Let's see.
Dude, it knows
That's
it's
true.
you.
It does.
We outside. What's that? Shout out to Gonaz Man Toys.
Oh, sorry, bro.
Getting rid of
It's
everybody but us.
It's
This isn't that right.
Dude.
This ain't rigged.
Brownie Jacob.
Nah, if this was rigged, Pancheezy would still be in there.
Yeah. Oh God, it's 3 of us and Brad Harper.
Oh, Brad's
Young
gonna get
Dude,
it.
let me tell you something. Brad has incredible
He does.
YouTuber giveaway luck.
Yeah,
He
he's
wins
lucky as
all the
silly.
fucking time.
Oh, let's see. One of the young gentlemen, right?
One
Here
of
we
the
go.
young gentlemen of
One the young
ACBA.
gentleman.
Let's see. Oh, we spoke too soon.
I jinxed it.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Brad.
The 3 of us.
I'm sorry,
jinxed it.
Brad.
We spoke
What have I
too soon.
done?
Curse of the
Hunter, you can
commentators.
still
That's
win.
it. All right, here we go.
Dude, he
Don't
even said it.
he
Don't
said,
jinx it,
"Don't
damn it.
Oh,
I'm
no,
sorry,
no, no, no,
Brad.
no, no, no.
I'll buy you a drink at Comic Con to make up for it. I swear.
Oh man, Brad, you could have been rocking this nice tea, but
Yeah,
Rick
what
had
did
to
I
say
do?
something.
Yeah, he had to call you out on
And Cheesy's like, look at his face right now. He's like, damn it, man. I wish Lago could win this. Go on.
Yeah, this
Come
one is a
on.
fucking-
All right, here we go.
Grace.
Oh man.
Win, Lago.
Let's see. Where we going? Oh shit. Oh,
Is it going down under or is it coming to sunny
my
California?
gosh. Fine, Cheesy. I'm sorry, man.
Oh,
It's
no.
very smart.
Oh man. Here we go.
Oh, that's goofy.
Next one is out. Is it gonna be Rick or is it gonna be Chamba?
We'll find out after the spin.
Let's see. Last time on Dragon.
Oh,
Here we go. Oh,
Oh!
it's going down. Chamba,
oh no.
you are the winner.
Not rigged.
Congratulations.
I
You
think it's the
just won
first win I've
yourself.
ever had.
It's just
I'm
when he's
talking
off
about.
the shirt, man. I'll
Also,
be sending this
Australia's-
to,
Australia's not ready for this one.
oh man, brand new shirt, Dragon Ball Daima, New York Comic Con
Lovely.
2024, man. Congratulations.
Not rigged.
Not rigged
rigged.
at all. Not at all. But yeah, I'll send it to Cheney, and
Thank you.
whenever you guys see each other, you know.
course,
Oh,
of
thank
course.
you. E. McNeil, thank you. Brad Harper, thank you. Brownie Jacob, thanks, man. You know what? Should we do another one?
Have you got something?
There's another giveaway?
Man, Cheesy's like, fuck, man. I just want to get the hell out of
Yeah.
here.
Poncho's son is
I
fucking
can
crying.
see
in
it.
the
Yeah.
background.
Yo, if you gotta go, you can go, man. It's fine. You want to do another one? You do another one?
What are you gonna give away?
Yeah, what do you got?
Exclusive Dragon Ball Daima bag.
Oh, that's pretty tight.
Whoa!
You're grocery shopping with that, dude? Come
Look at
on.
this.
You were the coolest.
Even got straps. It got the
Yeah,
strap.
you're the
strap.
coolest.
Get
dude.
in those comments and type
You
in
guys
whatever
want
he tells
this?
you right now. Don't leave.
Do you guys want this? Should I do it? Want to do it? Same
To you,
people?
man.
Do it. Yeah,
Same
just same
people?
people. Same people. How about that? Or
Yeah.
yeah, same people.
Gosh, I gotta put the names.
You can
back
throw
in.
my name out of there.
Yeah, no, you're not winning. No. Sorry.
No double ups.
Is he could
That
do
would be-
edit
that
undo?
would suck. I don't know.
I can't do.
Dang.
I put everybody's name. What is it? Rick. Punch.
Lago.
Lago. I'm gonna win my own thing. Okay.
Brad.
Brad.
Big last time.
Sonic.
and Beans, yeah.
Sonic and Beans. That's how you put it? And Beans.
Sonic
That's
and
it?
Beans show.
And
Sonic
Show?
Brownie Jacob.
Yep.
Brownie Jacob.
Brownie Jacob.
Borny. Brownie
We're missing
Jacob.
somebody, aren't we? We're missing someone.
Jake on. God damn.
No, we're not.
No,
missing.
it was just
That's
them.
That's it?
That's it.
Unless
Anybody else want to join in the for the bag? Anybody want the bag? Let's see. Sonic and the Bean Show, Brad Harper, Brian Jacob, Chamba, Pat Cheesy, Rick Jones. But Rick Jones did never put a 1, so I don't know if he's from
Damn
around
it,
here.
Jones. Yeah, he is from around here.
He is?
Yeah, he is.
We just put him in.
If you
No.
want to, he's a local legend.
Kind of feel like it, but then that kind of lowers the chance of Poncho winning.
I might see Rick Jones tomorrow at a local
Oh,
show. I might see him.
You could tell him,
I
be like, you
might.
could have been on the you could have won a bag, dude.
You almost made it to the show, bud.
All right,
could've
here we go.
good.
Name
Here we go. This is for the bag.
Nice.
Let's see. You could only get this at the shows. Oh, damn, I'm out. Wait,
Yeah.
no.
Whoa. Brad?
Wait, no. It's Brad.
Wow. Well, you
Brad,
know
you're out.
Not bad.
if there's one thing Brad doesn't have, it's a shortage of those bags because they gave us 100 of them at Comic-Con. So
Oh, it's you have them.
Yeah, but did he get
not the
Daima
Daima,
one?
not the Daima. We got like only
Nah.
murderers in this building bag, and like
What the hell is that?
I got a
All right.
Bob's Burgers bag, baby.
All right.
All right, here we go. For the bag. Got the bag. Let's see. Sonic, dude. Gosh.
Damn, Sonic and the Bean Show can't catch
Sonic
a
and the
break.
Big Show. All right. For the bag. Let's see. He says he has the bag, so all right, Brad.
There you go.
You have the bag, Pancho?
No.
All right. Gotta get- Rick, my friend. Oh, I think Poncho's getting the bag.
Dude,
No.
Poncho's in his bag.
He might be getting the
Could be in my
bag.
bag.
Unless Brownie Jacob steals this.
Yeah,
Let's see.
dang.
There's 2 Ponchos and 1 Brownie Jacob.
Come on, baby.
Oh, you're out.
Oh, dang.
Oh my god.
This
Oh,
is brutal.
Is.
I
Why
can't
is
watch
this
this.
Let's go. Hey,
Oh,
Brownie Jacob, do you want this bag?
yeah.
Here we
Oh
go.
my god.
Let's see.
Billy,
The bag.
the bag.
Hey, if
Pop airs.
if you win, I'll even throw in. I think I might have an extra Daima when the premiere came to give out these big pins. I'll throw that in there.
Oh my god.
Only if you win. All right, let's see. Brownie Jacob, Lago. Am I gonna win my own giveaway? Oh gosh.
Did you just drink yourself? You just drink yourself.
Unless
I'm
Brownie
sorry.
Jacob says he doesn't want the bag.
Yeah, Brownie Jacob, do you want this bag?
He's gonna say he wants it. No.
You only into shirts.
Say yes in the chat if you want it.
Oh boy.
Brownie Jacob,
Gee,
are you
where
there? Are you there? If he does not respond by the end of the stream, it's yours. Okay, we'll do that. Oh,
Very
yeah, he's
cool.
there.
Pancho can have it if he wants.
Oh, what a nice
Nah,
guy,
just
a
you
man
want
of
it,
the
Jacob.
people. Look
He's
at
in
that.
his bag.
What a gentleman.
Do you see? He's giving it to you. Look at that. Such a nice guy. Brownie Jacob, you're the man.
What a guy. What an incredibly
He is such a
giving
nice person.
and understanding human being he is, huh?
That is awesome. Look that Panchisi's frown turned upside down after this. Look
He's
at
like, you
that.
know what? Let the sun cry. Daddy's winning tonight.
Yeah, I'm winning something. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being part of this. I really appreciate your time. I know it was a long stream. I didn't expect it to be this long, but hey, I think we spoke about a lot of interesting things, and I just thank you for being part of this, man.
Yeah, thanks for having us for your first one, dude.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Thank you. Do you guys have any plugs? Like, where can we find you, Panchisi? Where can we find you? What are you doing? Where can we find you? All that stuff.
I'm on Instagram. I'm selling Dusties. That's it.
Yes,
Double XLs?
Double XLs. They're huge, actually.
Double XL, the magazine.
I printed new labels for them today. They're humongous.
Whoa,
Bro.
Whoa.
How? Those are huge.
Yeah, they're pretty bright. but it's compared. Here are the old ones. So
Wow.
they're huge.
Take your child to work day, huh?
That's true. That's probably Brad Harper's set right there. But
Oh, yeah.
He actually got something.
tomorrow.
nice.
Brownie Jacob, thank you, man. He's saying that it was an awesome stream, and Brad Harper too. Thank you guys. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Thank you,
E.
Brownie
McNeil,
Jacob.
Thank you,
That-
guys.
Thanks for
That's
joining,
an
guys.
OG ACBA podcast name. Brownie Jacob, Honor Dreams. Those were some throwback names.
Some ACBA legends. Awesome. Thank you. Rick, where can we find you, bud?
Hey, what up? It's me, Rick Dom from the ACBA podcast. Guess where you can find me? On the ACBA podcast. This week we did not do it on Friday, not just because of the stream, believe it or not, but because Boog was indisposed. And tomorrow's Toy Fair, so it really just makes more sense to do the stream on Saturday, talk Toy Fair, talk the Toddy Max losses, talk his wins because he got
He's
Mortal
game,
Kombat.
bro.
He's bouncing back, baby. Don't call it a comeback. He's been here for
TMNT.
years.
TMNT as
Yeah.
well, man. Come on.
TMNT, yeah, come on, man. Show him some respect. He's out here. So yeah, tomorrow, follow us. Poncho, is it gonna be the same time as always?
I don't know. You're gonna have to ask whatever train bug rides.
Yeah,
on.
yeah. That's usually how we play it. That's
Yeah,
usually how we play
the
it.
Hasbro thing is pretty late, so he might. I don't know. Gotta talk to
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Oh,
Watch for Boog's channel. I'm sure Poncho's gonna set a premiere once we have a time. That you can catch us tomorrow. We'll talk Toy Fair. We're talking everything, not just Toddy Mac. It's gonna be exciting. We know Hasbro has some reveals. They mostly will have like future product that they've already shown in hand, but they will have reveals tomorrow. Yeah, catch us on the ACB podcast. What about you two lovely gentlemen?
Yeah, Chambo, where can we find you, my friend?
You could find me at Chat Migos Assemble on Tuesday, then Not Dolls Thursday on the Toy Migos YouTube page. You can also find me specifically like artwork and stuff on at the Chamba on Instagram and Twitter and Blue Sky. And I think that's one of them. Yeah, I forget. That's it.
All right. Yeah, you can find me on Tuesdays, Chat Migos Assemble. Check out my YouTube channel. I have a video with shoulders that you can do with the new Vegeta and some reviews in there.
Shoulders.
I also have the Instagram, so make sure you follow the Instagram page for all your toy news. Shout out to ACBA for always, showing support for the Instagram as well. And yeah, just thank you guys all for being part of this.
Of course.
And it was a great night. And again, RIP Akira Toriyama. You are the man. You made this happen. If it wasn't for you, all four of us wouldn't be here talking about this. So
For sure.
thank you so much. All right, guys, and that's it. Until next time, peace out. I feel like I'm saying stuff that Boog says. Oh man. Sorry, I didn't mean to steal that. All right, later, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Buenas noches.
This is to go even further beyond.